Hello again out there. We are currently on part 75, actually. We're getting quite up there. We're approaching day 750 here pretty soon, and as you can see by the title, we're going to be prepping for 1.19. Um, I just need to do a couple of finishing touches on certain things, and today we're going to be making a wheat field. Not really a farm, but an entire big field, and it's going to be pretty nifty, so we need to do a little bit of rearranging here, and mostly this stream isn't going to be anything too special, to be perfectly honest. Out of the way. We're gonna, do some touch-ups at the bastion that we just claimed today, mainly by just fixing the roof and like floor to be very safe, instead of it being exposed to everything outside. So we need to get that fixed. And then otherwise, we're pretty much set to go. We don't really have a whole bunch that we need to do after that, other than probably clear out some old shulker boxes here and whatnot. But otherwise, not too big of a deal. So mainly, we're just going to pack those away, and we're going to go grab our cobblestone shulker box, and then we need to do the... It shouldn't take too long. We got a whole box of cobble. There we go. Yeah, and that should reasonably be all that we need. We got enough spare, we got our golden helmet, we got our coordinates book, and we do have enough free space in our inventory. Yep, we should be good to go, I'd have to say. Except for the firework rockets, because we do, there is a cost to going out to and from that treasure bastion, and it is firework rockets if we want to get there quickly. It is completely doable to get there by running, and it's safe to do as well. But that's dumb and slow. Did I mention that it was slow? Because it is extremely slow. Probably takes a good like 10-15 minutes or so. Not that slow, but still, it's a bit of time that I don't have to spend stuff. Now, one thing, oh, since we're not going in lava, we won't have to use this, and usually the protection is enough to tank it, so we won't put on any of our helmets quite yet. But it is good to have them on us. But realsies though, we should actually be fine to go ahead and get started. So just go ahead and peace out. And one other thing I'd like to do today, because I've been holding off on it for a while, is we're going to upgrade the storage capacity of the old raid farm. It's just filled constantly with shit, and we need to learn how the fuck item sorters work. Because I do actually want to start making one wide like tie level item sorters, so that way we can actually afford to to sort stuff. It'd be great and be useful. So we'll get all that kind of stuff figured out, and we'll kind of install some in the gunpowder farm, for example. We'll have them sort into gunpowder. We'll have it sort into gunpowder, string, and then anything that isn't either of those two just gets like put into a junk chest, because you only get like the odd bone or arrow here or there, and we'll just like have it filter into a junk chest. And then we'll go put one in the iron farm for iron and poppies, just to sort those out, make my life a little bit easier. We might even start putting in shulker box loaders today, because I'll have to look up how those work. Actually, that would be great, honestly. So we'll get the item sorters in place. We'll go expand our raid farm storage by a massive amount, and then we'll go get item sorters for all of those. So we need to sort out witch drops, emeralds, totems. Well, totems are going to be a little weird to sort because they're non-stackable. How do you, without a lace, how do you actually sort totems? I don't think you do really. I suppose honestly we can afford to burn the totems for now. We have, and I'd like to make sure this is emphasized, we have 8 other shulker boxes, not including the 3 that I keep in my base and the 1 that I keep in my ender chest. We have 8 additional shulker boxes of totems, so that makes like 12, and in fact it might even be 9. but we have a hell of a lot of totems. If I ever truly do need more, and I don't know what the fuck I would ever do to blow through 13 shulker boxes of totems. So to be honest, we'll just burn them. So we'll really just be using the farm for the emeralds, the witch drops, and that's pretty much it. So nothing too spectacular. Anything that is garbage, because we'll be using a water stream to try and sort out a ton of the drops or whatever. Or maybe it should just be all hoppers, and then we'll have like a dropper system too that has like a comparator and all that, you know, so it like just makes it like quickly to burn everything. Or it'll dispense it into a cactus and then that can burn. Something like that. We'll figure it out. We have to make sure it is completely like spawn proof as well, because one fucked up block will in fact like probably end up destroying me. It won't kill me because I can just go fly away and go unload the chunks. But it will be sketchy for a couple of seconds and just be a pain in the ass in general to try and fix, because the odds are they'll end up pushing my boat. So we don't want that. We want to have as few problems as possible with raid farm stuff. So it'll be good to get the storage expanded on that, get it all sorted out, and we'll just try doing some good quality of life things like what we're doing now to the bastion to make sure we don't die, and we have enough of the area prepped for 1.19. We'll go expand our storage, as I've said, and the main thing, because I've been, obviously I'm like just a dude, so I've been watching YouTube and all that and shit, and good video by Waddles recently brings up fair points, like, wow, I actually should be prepping. I've been wanting to prep for a little bit anyways, but no, I should actually be a little bit more active with it, because odds are I probably won't be here at the exact time 1.19 drops. I am going up to visit my mom 2 times. Like once at the start and once near the end around my birthday. So it might come out in July, which is also good, but it'd be better to just get all this prep work out of the way now, so that way we can go do some other stuff later, you know? But anyways, we are here. We do have a box of cobble, and we're gonna make the most out of it. And we're gonna switch this on, and we should be about ready to go here. I'll have to see if I can get a hold of Soul Speed at some point, like Soul Speed 3, and we'll go put it on a separate pair of boots. I just haven't done it yet. Okay, now if push comes to shove, we kill any penguin we see, but that probably won't happen for a little bit. And remember, we want to play it relatively safe here. So that mainly means we're building the roof first, and then we'll do anything else. Okay, also I forgot how kind of active these things. Now we're doing this based on just normal mob spawner behavior. So we need to build up like 4 to 5 blocks above the spawner. That's already one where that torch is. Then we got 2, 3, 4. And then here is our roof layer there. So go ahead and get that. And all we want to do here is just bring everything over into these walls here. And we want to cover up this entire thing with this cobblestone like this. And then what we'll do is we'll go underneath this roof and then cover out all the sides. So literally there's no way in or out other than through my ladder. And that's the main goal of it. We took care of most of the brutes. I do know that there are still a couple just here and there, just kind of out and about. So we will keep an ear out for those, but realistically should be pretty safe. Probably. Don't have anything to worry about there. And we'll just make sure to keep an ear out for him just in case, but otherwise it'll be fine. We don't want any holes. We will also be getting rid of this chain here. Just a little bit of it though. There we go. I've not seen any brutes yet, so we're doing pretty good on the front. Which is good, because I don't want to have to deal with them. I mean, they were hitting me earlier on another stream earlier today, and yeah, they do hurt. The armor I have on now, which currently is all protection 4, the only bad thing is this golden helmet, just to not anger the normal piglins. They did 2.5 hearts per axe hit. So they do actually layer on damage pretty heavy. I thought it was only like half a heart or like a heart at most per hit. It is in fact not that, so they are sketchy. They move pretty damn quickly even if you're running, and because of how like clustered these places are, they're actually pretty difficult to properly avoid. But we dodged them. We dodged quite a number of them, so nothing to really worry about there anymore. And with this roof in place, we really won't have to worry about nothing, because they won't be able to drop them from the top down to here. And then we can just kind of leave a lot of this lava in place to prevent more from spawning. We'll remove it as needed, though, for the magma cube farm, but shouldn't even do a lot. That's good. I'm still not seeing any brutes in the subtitles, so we honestly shouldn't probably have to be too weird, if any. I don't know why I'm doing it. I literally don't need to for that part specifically. But when we do want swift speed, or not swift speed, that's not even a real damn thing. I meant soul speed. I was thinking of swift sneak, but either way, when we do want soul speed, we will, you know, we'll just build that bartering farm and like that gold farm that I want to build later on to get both of those. So it's not really worth doing anything with it for now. But with the completion of that gold farm in the future, we'll have access to like pretty much every single mineral in the game. We got emerald farm with the raid farm. We got the iron farm. We will have a gold farm. The raid farm also has a redstone farm as well. There's no real way to farm lapis without like trading. That's cheating. Not cheating. You know what I mean. But yeah, we can get a hold of pretty much. Oh, we got a brute over right there. So we need to keep an eye. We got enough spare cobble. We should pay for now. But all in all, this is probably one of the this has probably been one of the more precarious days in a while, where it's also a little sketchy, but it actually hasn't been too terrible. Got a couple of weird moments in the past couple of days, but won't be like that anymore. I won't get rid of that. There we go. Oh, we need to get more cobblestone here. Can't do shit. Cobble. Why did I leave it down there? Why would I do that? Why? I do that. There we go. I don't know why I've done this, to be perfectly honest. I should have brought it up with me, but we can fix it now, I guess, but that was quite silly to do. We'll get rid of this like scaffolding cobblestone once we're done here, by the way. Did they just walk out or did they spawn? You wanna mad at me, bitch? You ain't gonna do shit. Can't do shit. They definitely look like they're a little mad. I think that's funny. That's cute. Got another brute over. Luckily, with this place being pretty flat, we don't actually have to worry about falling off, or like if we do get into a fight with something, it's very like open. And as I'm mentioning these words out loud, I realize I should probably have a lava bucket out, just in case. Go ahead and fix. And we're actually almost done here. We just connect these ends up, and we fill in the odd gap here. There we go. Yeah, would you look at that? We're almost good. Alrighty, so now we should be pretty damn safe, honestly. All we're gonna do is just close all of this in with some cobble, and then we're going to go around this whole platform here and just spawn-proof with top slabs. I'd have to say that should be. Oh, not like actually no, we don't even need to do that because it's not like anything we'll get into here, but. And I already got good peace of mind anyways, because I won't be up here ever again. If I ever do need to get up here, I do have that, like, you know, ladder tunnel that we already have anyway, so I can just dig, like, a hole in the side of that to pop into here. If it's ever truly, but I really doubt it. Oh, it's no big. I don't think there's a brute too close by to try and get pissed off. And nothing should really be drop kicking me way up from the ceiling, so be fine on that front. We'll have to go back up the ladder to get rid of all these magma cubes, by the way. There's just too many of them. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead around the sides, just lock up everything we can. Alrighty, nearly done here. Not too much more to go. And yeah, so I haven't seen a brute drop down. These guys are being jackasses and just kind of walking around everywhere. Not too big a deal, I guess. Alright. Now we want to go here. There we go. So we'll just go ahead and back out of here a little bit. Should be able to more or less go to the nether roof and just despawn everything that way. It shouldn't take too long. And then all we need to do is kind of go hop across the lava a little bit and go to those edge pieces and just fill all of them in. So they can't come in from the top anymore, but they still can technically try and like shoot me or just be annoying on the sides. And we want to clear out as much space as we can to have a really nice and safe spot to work. I don't have to worry about, you know, having to deal with brutes mainly. The normal ones are fine, but that also means I'll be able to wear like my netherite helmet in relative peace. That should actually be high enough. We'll walk out a little bit more just to make sure we're actually 100 blocks out. Or hell, I could have even just flown up, but it don't matter. It's good enough. Hopefully most of those magma cubes should have despawned, because that is quite a bit of distance. If not, no big deal. I can actually kill them if I Stand. We'll try and do everything away from the spawner first, and then we'll actually like work our way back towards the spawner, because then stuff will start spawning and we actually need to like kill it regularly to make sure that it stays dead. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so that thing about them despawning seems like it might have been bullshit by accident. They almost certainly did not despawn. Might have gotten enough of them, but I don't think it was all of them. Nope, definitely none. Actually, no, we did get a couple, fine. Alright, whatever, it counts then. This might take a little bit. There's still literally a whole ass lava moat, so it's just getting these like weird, like odd blocks here and there. Most of my And we'll have to go back around as well and get rid of all of the cobblestone scaffolding we're using. Because we're also going to get rid of these like blackstone blocks here. Okay, let's get out of here. Here we go. How much cobble? Stack and a half. We might actually not have enough to finish this up. Go back. Oh, I don't really have more. I took pretty much all I had. Might have a couple of odd bits in my base. We might have to switch over to Blackstone here in a little bit to make sure we get the rest of this done. That's pretty much 3 out of 4 of these walls done. Out of cobble, right? We got some little bits of black stone to finish up small parts, but not exactly enough to really finish. We can actually probably take back a nice chunk of our scaffolding that's here. Yeah, we'll have to do that. Yeah, good enough. I forgot to pick off those 2 blocks over there. That's a shame. Oh well. Too far. They have a hard time getting up to me considering they're not really near they can't really get up to like a block like those ones out in the lava part. So once they spawn in the lava, they're just kind of here, you know. other than, you know, the odd blackstone part or two like that. Keep an eye out for. Hey, welcome back again either way, but good luck at school though, man. Like, gotta make sure to always stay on top of that stuff. Because it is hard when you fall behind. Either way, at least thanks for stopping by to say hi. Okay, that's a lot of cubes. Alright. Would probably be okay enough. We got most of it done. Up there, just go ahead and clean up these ones. There we go. Alright, sweet. So more or less, we're good here. We, you know, do definitely have like a small little patch of stuff to do, but nothing too serious. We're out of blocks. Alright, we're gonna head back into the warped. Actually, no, hang on. I can just use some of these warped flames, considering nothing burn. They can't get stolen by anyone. Last little bit here, and we should just about be good. We got that little block there to break, but there is literally no way in here anymore, unless you take the ladder that's in here and all that. That's great. Alright, one other thing that needs to be done is on top of here, we need to do that, just so that way. Yeah, shut the hell up, you damn cubes. At least this is keeping all my armor fixed up. That's always good to see. We got such a nice surplus of magma cream as well. But nope, we're all good and prepped up for that frog lake farm that we're gonna have to build later. So again, let's do a quick little check on the walls. You shouldn't really see anything sticking out. And it looks like we're fine. Yep. We'll go carve this little chunk away just for my sake, but it's not even something I really need to do, it's something I want to do. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Shouldn't take too much. There we go. Okay. all the walls are flat, everything's easily visible, really can't fucking die. I can deal with the magma cubes when I can actually see them properly. Or it was just a little sketchier. But nope, we should actually be all good to go here, so go ahead and just dump some stuff out into the lava. And alright, cool. So we're out of here for right now, because there's just not really a whole lot that needs to happen. Let me actually stop right there. We need some coal. And we're just going to try and light up as much as we can that's left over. Mainly it is actually getting into here and just lighting this stuff up. We're gonna be pretty heavy-handed with the torch spam, by the way, considering I have like a nice bit of wood and I have 60 like something blocks of coal, so we don't want to try and take any chances with big ones. Not that it'll really matter, but still a good peace of mind to have. Alrighty, a little bit more. Uh-oh. Hey man, let me craft my torches. Not cool, don't do it. Ah, you fell. Dumbass. Okay, so they still can't actually get back up in here. Good to know. So they're still capable of actually, like, the very big ones specifically are still capable of jumping up into here to actually try and kill me. Because, you know, they don't pose that big of a threat. It's... Alright, that's pretty much good. Just a little bit more coal here. We'll burn these chains. And there we go. Okay, whole thing's completely torched up. Nothing should really be spawning anywhere even close to me. You know, we do have the odd brute and piglin out here and there, but it's nothing too major. Because it's safe. And, let's go ahead and kill some of these magma slime. Other netherite on, just, and our elytra, mainly because I want the experience. Now, a couple still do spawn from the spawner up here, but it's not big enough of a deal to really warrant me changing anything for right now. Because it's severely reduced them. It doesn't permanently stop them, but it does reduce it by a huge margin. We don't have to. There we go. Elytra is more or less at full durability again. We'll just do a little bit of cleanup on some of these idiots. And we're just really going to be passing time until 1.19 to actually work on the Froglight farm. And it'll be pretty cool, so hey. We did it. Conquered an entire treasure bastion for the funnies, and worked out pretty well, I'd have to say. We're gonna kick this guy's ass first for his juicy experience. Here we go. Alright, come on, that's gotta be... Maybe just like one more. Okay, one more. Or two more, actually, because it's only 2 apiece. There we go. Okay, Elytra's all fixed up. We're out of here. There we go. That is a totem. I cannot wear that yet. That's alright. We're out of here. So we got ahead and completely sealed off the treasure bastion with the magma cube spawner in it still, and it's sealed off from the rest of the bastion, so when the time is right, we'll be able to convert it into just a normal like dungeon farm, and supposedly there is a fairly consistent way to break down the larger magma cubes into their smallest ones, and then we feed them into the frogs, which then, you know, shit out frog lights, so... And to actually get they give different colored frog lights depending on which color frog eats magma cube. So we realistically would like to try and get all three of them, like all three different types of frogs, which means we have to go to like a warm biome, a hot biome, and a cold biome, and hatch like tadpoles there, and then we'll have to bring them by a lead to the like we hatch a tadpole, and then we like bring the tadpole to the appropriate like biome, and then we wait for it to grow into an adult frog. And luckily, I think it's a little bit weird. It's a little bit sketchy. I'm not 100% sure, but and the because we do have a swamp right outside our house. That'll get us the green colored frog, I believe. And we actually have a savanna biome like 3 feet away from our base, but it's such a tiny one. But it is still a savanna biome nonetheless, so it's a hot biome. So we should be able to get the white colored frog and either the orange or green one. So the other variant has to come from a colder biome, something with proper snow and all that. And I'll have to look to see what it is, but I don't think the old growth pine taiga that we're in actually counts. But if it does, that means we literally have all three like temperate biomes like next to each other for the different kinds of frogs, which is perfect because ooh, actually wait, I just realized. Okay, I just realized something. It's gonna take a while because we might have to I'm planning on building another portal like outside of the bastion anyways, like the bastion exit with the hole in the bedrock because we're probably gonna have to bring the tadpoles from my base right all the way to that nether portal. So like basically like 24,000 blocks in the overworld or the 3,000 that we already do travel in the nether. We bring them through that new portal that we're gonna build, and then we do stuff there because when we do have to hatch them, right? Like we're gonna have to make them their variants. I do not want to be dragging frogs on leashes for about 3,000 blocks because they're going to be extremely painfully slow, and we just really don't want that, to be honest. I don't want to have to sprint jump again, and I know I can't really fly him with an elytra either because you know that bug with the like mob speed and all that shit. Like whenever you have like something suspended with a leash on an elytra as well, it just keeps like acting like it's falling even farther and farther. So whenever it hits the ground, even if it's like barely touching it, it will die like instantly on impact. So we don't want that. Spoiler alert. So we will have to just kind of wait for 1.19 to go out and find those different types of biomes and just kind of hope for the best, honestly. But honestly, it shouldn't be too bad. If worst comes to worst, I can actually like move them by leads, like all the way down through the nether roof like this. But I would really prefer to not have to do that. Is my main point. And we'll have to bring them into the bastion one at a time into their little like frog chamber or whatever. Because you know I'll keep the other two in a boat, and then we'll like bring them down when we're ready for each one of them. So it shouldn't be too bad because we've already done all the prep work that's really needed other than building the actual farm, which won't take more than like an hour or two, honestly, so not too intensive at all. Let's go ahead and fucking Google frogs. Fuck it, why not? Red frog, what do we got? Two. Okay, there we go. We'll go ahead and pop back into the overworld, and I'll go ahead and read up on the wiki for a little bit. It shouldn't take too long, and then we have some shulker boxes that we need to reorganize, so we'll do that too. Give me a minute here. There are 3 different variants: temperate, which are the orange ones; cold, which are the green ones; and warm, which are the white ones. So, did you even fucking get the frog to hatch in like the It should literally be impossible to It should be impossible to like really like hatch them in the nether, right? Because you have to actually put water down. Alright, yeah, so we can either find them in their appropriate biome, or there's a couple of things we can do. Um, if we want the cold frogs, we can like hatch them in the end or like in the frozen ocean or whatever. But mainly the end would probably be one of the easier ones. Well, actually no, because we mainly it's the temperate frogs. Oh shit, actually yeah. So we can get a hold of the temperate frogs in our base here, because we're in an old growth pine taiga. That's where the orange ones spawn. And the warm frogs do actually appear in savannas as well, so that's great too. It turns out the temperate frogs also spawn in swamps, and do they spawn in mangrove? Oh no, warm. So if we want the cold frogs, which again are the green frogs, we're gonna want to go to a anything with ice, pretty much, like with actual ice. So we might have to hatch one in the end, honestly. Or we can go to the iceberg biome that we do have. Like technically that is a thing we can do, or we might have a frozen ocean relatively close. But yeah, pretty much everything has to have like ice on it for the cold frogs, so they're probably going to be like one of the hardest to get actually. That's not. So we need like a frozen ocean for that. That's all right enough, I guess. You can't put a frog in a bucket, which is a shame. So you actually do have to put them on a lead to actually move them around. But it's not too bad. We can get two of the different types already since we're in the old biome. We have that small like patch of savanna that's actually out, and it's already been like kind of wiped away, but there is a savanna biome there. And yeah, we just need to hatch the last frog in a cold biome. And we probably won't even really do anything here. It'll probably be out at the new Nether portal we'll build when 1.0 comes out, because we will be having to use that one quite a lot. That is our cobble box. That one's actually fine to go away as is. This one's fine to stay the way it is. This one's fine more or less to stay the way it is. We do here. And this is where things are gonna get a little wacky, because we have a lot of shit to reorganize, a lot of it, just a lot, and we got to do it. So let's just go ahead and we have a nice bit of wood to steal. We do. It's 3 stacks of dark oak logs. That should be plenty. Go ahead and pop that away. And we can put the magma cream in the brewing area down here. Should be some stuff. Here we go. We can put that away. We do actually have some stuff that needs to go away into like a new valuables. That's what the problem is. I just don't have any more space. So what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna make shulker boxes, and we're gonna make a hell of a lot of them. We're gonna be dyeing a bunch of them, and we're just gonna try and expand our storage a lot more. Because yeah, we do definitely have a nice chunk of them, but you know, we do have a nice chunk of storage, but I'm constantly like having to run out or rearrange shit, and it's getting a little annoying right now. So it's mainly the biggest colors that are in demand are like brown, red, a little bit of white. Let's see here, what gray is a huge one as well. We need black and white to make gray, which don't have a lot of black dye, but we can actually make some. Oh yeah, since we got whenever, oh, I put them in the soul sandbox. That's right. We have that Wither Rose farm now, technically, so we kind of actually do have a nice chunk of black dye. Since I don't really need the Wither Roses for much else, it's honestly not too big of a loss to just use it for dye. So we'll actually be doing that. So hey, so we can still make plenty of gray. We just need to go take some of the bones out from that other spot. Put it there. Anything else pink? We'll have a couple of pink, not too hard to make. Black will probably have to be a thing as well for more nether blocks. And we don't use a lot of end blocks. We don't use a lot of those. We don't use a lot of cyan, although we will make a couple of spares. These are non-stackables. We'll probably make another one just for shit and giggles, and we'll make a couple of pink. All right, so, and I guess another like lime one. Do we have any lime dye anymore? Oh, I might have expended half of it. Or... Oh well. I'll just go smelt these sea pickles then. Alrighty. So let's get to crafting here. Just got a nice stack of them. And we got another 32. And we're gonna go turn a bunch of these into shulker boxes here. And then we need to re-dye what we already have as well. Let's see here, we got the shells. This will make 32 of them. We'll go ahead and just dump these away. You know what, hang on. There's something else I need to do a little bit better. There we go. Okay. There we go. Alright, it's a nice little surplus of shulker boxes. And let's see here, we're just going to rearrange some of these as well. So we want more red boxes. We want more brown ones, some more white ones. There we go. We put in some white ones. We'll put in some more pink ones as well. And we need more lime, gray, and black, so got lime. Don't have NBT tags for some reason. Gray. And we need a couple more shells here. Whatever. And more black. There we go. That's a nice bit of boxes there. Should be good. We have some stone we can put away. Do we have anything in the reorganized one? Yes, we do. A lot of nether stuff. And here comes the part where we re-dye a bunch of this. So we'll just go ahead and put these away into there for the moment. And we just need to break out our dyes here. So it shouldn't be too bad. Gray. We need to go get some white. We might have phantoms because we went in the nether for quite a bit. So we'll keep an eye out. Not like it'll really matter, they can't really hurt me, but yeah. What, me reorganizing finally after 30 billion years? Because it's finally happening. I'm expanding my storage quite a bit. Where those bones are? Yeah, here we go. We'll go ahead and do that. And we'll just turn it on the white dye. Can you like... Oh, that isn't a thing. That would have been really useful. That was a thing you could do. Oh, it was a pun on the dye stuff. That's my bad. My brain kind of like passed out there. I didn't even think about it, to be honest. But if only puns were real. Alright, fuck it. I think today we're actually gonna redo some of this and actually like have a base for once. That could be cool. Let's see what we have. We got our white dye, and we need to make some gray dye. Make a stack of it. There we go. And I believe that is just about every color. We got brown, red, white. We're cooking up the lime dye. We got the gray dye, we got the black dye, and pink dye is the last big one that we actually need. I don't remember which one made it. It was this one, okay. There we go. And actual pink dye this time, and we're good. Oh, you built Ian Axel for his gold farm, huh? That's pretty fair, honestly. I gotta actually like see because I was gonna build the one by like Logical Geek Boy like usual, but I mean this guy's really been proving himself, so I might as well just go for it. Same with the bartering farmers. Well, I might build his bartering farm, but maybe not quite as gold. I don't know. Let's find out. I might build a slime farm actually. That could be pretty useful. 360 gold blocks per hour. Good lord, that is quite a lot. Jesus. Wow, that is a lot. There's no sorting Oh yeah, well the sorting system is something you can always add on to like the end of it, so not too bad. Yeah, we'll yeah, shit, I actually will. Thanks for actually saying that, 'cause I probably will go ahead and build Ian's farm at a later date, honestly. Because it seems like it'll be pretty solid if it's really just that easy in terms of the materials. Okay, nope, that is wickedly easy in terms of materials. The only hard thing is obsidian. I'm guessing you can't use a standard one because it's just too slow, or because that probably would be about it. But yeah, wow, if it's just a turtle egg per layer and then some obsidian, then like that's pretty big. Ah, it is too slow. That's fair. Uh, I can actually, because I'm so wealthy, I can start putting shulker box loaders and everything if I really wanted to. Oh yeah, true. You can get it from the end pillars, and I remember if you either reload the end by just going back through the portal, or if you it was either that or respawning the dragon, it regenerates the obsidian pillars. So it is quite a nice bit. I'll probably build a haste 2 beacon there just for the funnies, and shouldn't be too bad. Let's see here. Do we need? Yeah, we need our dyes. We're doing stuff right now. Let me actually remember to do that. We'll go ahead and get our red dyes here. Um, oh, you really have to like drag it in by hand, huh? I forgot you have to do this. Yeah, dye and shulker boxes is a little bit of a pain in the ass. I only put 6 in the. There we go. Alrighty, we got our red dye done. We need our brown dye. All of our empties. Go away. Alrighty. Yeah, with 1.19 being relatively soon here, I'm just trying to take today probably to do a bunch of prep work because we're going to be building that wheat field so we can actually make a ton of mud when the time is right. And then that'll be pretty cool because then we can actually build with new blocks like straight away. And we even got the dirt for it as well. And then with the addition of that treasure bastion too and all the stuff on the nether roof, we actually have like a quick and easy way to like go make new nether portals to go load new chunks. So we should have pretty good time finding an ancient city, hopefully. Well, I don't know, because finding an ancient city is not gonna be easy to be nice on that. That's gonna take some serious dedication to try and get a hold of, you know. Because they just they take a little bit, quite a bit of time. Because you actually have to look for them underground and stuff, and you know, And I'm still trying not to use chunk base or anything. Just like, plug in my seed and then just be like, oh, well, we know exactly where it is. Let's just go to it and do it. It's still actually been pretty fun exploring and just having something to do. So I'm gonna try and keep it that way for a while. Let's go ahead and put all this back here. Yeah. We got our pink boxes we're gonna make. And we can actually store more valuables and what. Pretty good. Oh, we can store a lot more stuff after all this time. I seriously have been neglecting too much of this for a while. This is our lime dye that hopefully most of it should be here, if not all. It was, that's great. Alrighty. Wait, could you craft, you had to smelt sea pickles, you can't just craft them into dye straight up out the gate, right? I don't think that would have been a waste if it was, I can't remember. Oh, we'll test it out real quick to see. If not, it's really no big deal, but I'm pretty sure you do have to smelt them at the very least. It is smelting, alright, that's fair. Let's see just real quick just to make sure. Because it would be a little annoying. Yeah, I'm about to say there's no way. Okay, that's good. Um, yeah, it's like cactus where you do have to smelt it. I have to actually make a, oh, that'll be another project I could work on, making an actual damn cactus farm. I still have not really done that yet. I have enough of a backlog of like, cactus green to not really have to give a shit, but I still do want to actually build one. I know they're really easy to do, I just have to sit down and do it. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this stone. Not stones, get all these dyed gray, because they are for stone and all that. And this should help us out with the shortage crisis that I kind of had a little bit. We really shouldn't run out of space for a long. Here we go. Might not be surprised if I actually had to move into another double chest filled with shulkers, so. Oh, that's right, that is a thing you can do, isn't it? I wonder, how do you set that kind of stuff up where you have it like upside down like that? Where you've got like a block that's hanging off of a block that has gravity, but they both like support each other. Because you could do that with I think you can do that with the lanterns as well. They got to be hanging. I've seen it every now and then. It's pretty cool looking. Ah, it's string. That's fair. But I might have to give that a try at some point. It'd be pretty cool to try. Now I'm stealing it from you, but maybe not for a while. Who knows? Might take another day. Cause when I do build a cactus farm, I should probably build a couple of other like kind of relatively niche farms. Like I'll probably build a sugarcane farm with it. I don't really need a bamboo farm. The shit grows way too fast. I don't need more scaffolding. Oh yeah, it's just if it's just timing, then that's no big deal. So I'll give it a shot one day. Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting I have that geode I should go check on actually. Maybe we'll do that today. We'll go check on that geode. Um, we got all of our extra boxes in place here, so I think we're pretty much set. Actually no, we need a couple more cyan ones. We'll go ahead and just make those then. Cyan dye. Here we go. Just for aquatic blocks and all that kind of stuff. But the last dye that we really have yet to properly like farm, and I need to remake the too tall flower like bone meal farm. But the last dye we have yet to really properly farm are it's just green dye. I can make a cocoa bean farm another. I don't think I have yet, but I don't know how the hell that would properly like working out? Like, is it just like modular like flying machines because they gotta fit in through some pretty tight gaps and all that to actually have it to work pretty well, you know? Actually, no, wait. I think I kind of have seen it. It was like kind of a hole in the wall design, if I'm not mistaken, where like it's very like kind of makeshift because each geode is unique. But I think I have seen it. I don't remember. It is that. Yeah. Okay. Is it? I did see it once. I am still subscribed to him on YouTube, and it's pretty neat. Oh, we did have two. Cool. Not that it matters anymore, but we make water breathing if we want. But everything's reorganized here. That's cool. I really won't be running out of space for a little. And because I'm so wealthy, we can just have a shulker box loader on every farm from here on out, just for the funnies, and that'd be pretty neat. We do have to reorganize some of this at some. Oh, and that was kind of the main reason why. All right, we need a couple of our pink blocks, not the gunpowder one, and we got an empty one here. Cool. Go ahead and get these sorted out. Try and have this one for more of our like proper metals and all that, like things that are already like smelted down and whatnot. As I put ancient debris in there, so that's kind of goofy. But these can be for ores. We can take these. We've actually got a an entire stack of gold blocks without really even having to mine for them. That's pretty cool and useful. Got the right scrap. Got our diamond ore, gold nuggets that I can go burn. And then alright, so this is ore. We'll get rid of the horse armor, considering I don't actually have a horse. We'll move it into here, whatever works. The nuggets. We do definitely have a nice chunk of emerald as well, so that's always good to see. This can pretty much stay intact. We need to move a little bit, but and this can stay as it is. It's just vacant stuff that I find vaguely valuable. Nothing too. Iron blocks that we need in here. We can put the ingots away though. We got 3 water buckets. I need to actually put one of these back in my inventory. Got our totem, some glowstone, some spare arrows. We can take the dust out, golden apples, redstone dust, wood, redstone can go, stone box. That should be okay. Or indeed, oh, I've had so much spare redstone. What the hell have I been doing? Imagine only having 1 diamond horse armor. Imagine having a horse for that matter. I really need to get one at some point, but it just hasn't really been that important to me to go get a horse. So I've just kind of been ignoring it. I have from all of my Bastion rating, we actually got like a stack and a half of golden carrots. That's pretty cool. There. Luckily, they're a pretty nice source of food, so I don't really lodestone. That can go in the metal one. Why not? Sky's the limit. And yeah, it's like BoJack Horseman, but instead of a horse, it's a donkey. That's fair. What? Oh, that can actually go into there. Perfect. Alrighty. Oh, all this shit's finally resorted. We got various stuff we might need. Phantom membrane that I'll probably just go burn. Go dump it in the ocean. Same thing as burning it. Close enough. I already got plenty of it somewhere else, probably. Coal, ladders that we need to go put away. let's go ahead and see. Well, we got our wood. When did I pick up so many totems? Why do I have like 6 in my inventory? How the hell did that happen? Anyways, I guess we'll put some of the excess into here. Now we got back to having 3 in our inventory, and then we have 4 in our shulker box. We'll keep the obsidian. Never know when you're gonna need a spare portal. Actually, put it over there. Right. I think that's enough inventory space. Alright, I got a nice chunk of space left for to hold these shulker boxes, and we can go put these. Oh, I forgot to dye this one. Gray. Oh wait, where's our dye? Here we go. We just need a little bit of gray dye. There it is. And we're going to dye this one gray for our cobble. And we're good already. Go ahead and put away all of our valuables here. Go ahead and put away our dyes. There we go. And you can keep both of these on me. Yeah, we're nice and reorganized again, so let's go ahead and check on. Yeah, we'll keep the Phantom Memory. We'll go put in the brewing room in a little bit. Let's go ahead and check on the storage here for the iron pile. Got a nice little bit of iron in it. Not too much iron. Yeah, we got a little bit there. And then we'll go ahead and... Oh, and I need to move some of these at some point. I don't need to now, but I'll do it later. I've already done a good bit today. Go ahead and put these phantom membranes away. Shouldn't take too long. I think we're already there. Do I have anything else I really need now? Not really. Well, I will have to move those brewing stands at some point. I'll go ahead and take a quick little peek at the shulker shell farm. See how that's going. Here we go. What do we got? Almost 4 stacks of shells, so we'll actually go ahead and empty it out. And then we should have more in here, and then another 28. So we got 4 stacks and 26 shulker shells. So quite an amount, actually. So we've gone ahead and more than made back what we just spent on making all those boxes for. Come on, there we go. 16.5 stacks of shells, so quite a nice bit. We really don't have too much more left to do with that. It is indeed a fine sight. It's quite rare to see, and it was a pain in the ass, but it has been worth it for the flex alone, if nothing. Oh, and here's that mine shaft that was under my house, but I ended up lighting it up, so it doesn't really exist anymore. We got a little bit of gunpowder and string, you know how that goes. We will have to like build something around this, and then like empty out all the water in it with those sponges we have, so that way we can actually have an item sorted. I need to start doing stuff here again at some point. But everything's in order pretty well. Oh, and I ended up lighting up those swamps and pretty much everything that's near me recently, and well, as you can see, there's a noticeable lack of anything anywhere, so that's pretty cool, I think, because now there's nothing that's really going to damage me. Because nothing can spawn, even if I go all the way to the tip of the island, like about there. I lit up so much, so deep into the swamp and the spruce and the dark oak and the birch. Nothing can get to me because nothing can spawn. So nothing's gonna aggro on the villagers. That mine shaft lit up down there, nothing can even come up. The only thing that can spawn are these creepers and the spiders. So that should help even more with the efficiency of that. And I think that's just pretty cool, so yeah. Oh, and it should be down here. Or it's in a very fucking weird spot because here it is, yeah. So our geode that we have, it turns out it is directly underneath this bulk housing, like kind of apartment building that I ended up making. So we're gonna go popping on the geode, see what's up, go take what we need, and kind of just go break. Oh shit, I forgot to. Oh no, I did resort these. We're good on that. And I should have a couple of spare boxes in my ender chest. We'll have to take a look at that. But yeah, we're gonna take some time here for now and just kind of, you know, wipe away most of the geode. Okay, so funny thing to note, the budding blocks, right, with haste 2, they are also insta-mine on top of the normal blocks. They are in fact still insta-mine. That is important to mention because I may or may not have just broken one just to see if it would, and it does. So good to know. I kind of wish they made it just a little bit tougher, but like this budding one specifically, so you're like less likely to do that by accident. Like you can still break it quick, but because of how few there are, you don't really need to insta-mine like budding block. I have enough torches here, so we'll go ahead and get rid of these glow berries. And same with these vines, we'll go ahead. I can climb up the damn. Here we go. There we go. Alrighty. That's all cleaned up. We got a glowberry up there. More vines. Now we're playing a horrible version of Minesweeper to make sure we don't destroy everything. Might have just been easier to make like an iron pickaxe and just try that, honestly. Oh, that's one other thing we're probably gonna do, by the way, is I make a netherite pickaxe that has Unbreaking 3, Mending, and Soak Touch on it, but it does not have Efficiency on it. So that way we can use it for doing what I'm doing now, but like better. And probably something similar to some extent with the shovel, just for like kind of sculpting out like finer things while I still have haste. I mean, it might as well be heart surgery, but I don't want to make an iron pickaxe quite right now. And if we, break an artery or something by accident here, it's not too big of a deal because they've got like 18 more. Uh, in fact, my mom wanted me to try and be a doctor when I was a kid. You can't tell now, okay, like not as much anymore because I've been actually learning how to draw and shit, and I've gotten a little bit better at it, but I have the worst and probably shakiest hands known to mankind. So letting me be anywhere near a scalpel of any kind would probably be like one of the worst ideas humanly possible. It's not that I wouldn't maybe necessarily like not understand it, but it's just, oh hey, we're gonna cut this artery and oh he's dead. I might have cut too many. Oops, and that's no good. So can't be a doctor if you've got bad hands. So don't do it. There we go. That's most of it. There we go. I probably haven't fucked up too many of these. Like we still left like quite a nice chunk of these intact, but we still have a little bit of the geode left to go. So, I mean, it's not even like me being nervous or nothing. I just don't have steady hands. So, I mean, I haven't had to have surgery yet, but God, I would probably just straight up die if I saw like my surgeon either having to pull up like WikiHow or like motherfucker's got shaky hands or is just nervous. I'm like, uh-oh. But then again, I don't think I really would actually care enough to worry about it. The most devastating loss I could have right now is this hardcore world, pretty much, because I don't exactly have a lot else happening, because I don't own a whole bunch. The only family I really have left is my grandma and my mom, and that's pretty much about it. Also, I'm poor, therefore I don't actually have as much of a life, so, that's not good too. Not poor, but we're not exactly doing too well on that front. I'm working on it by actually trying to get to college, and half my damn life spent in speedrun. I mean, seriously, so I just have to speedrun a little bit more, and I'll be out of here with a degree at like 20. And it's going fairly well. More heart surgery. There we go. Damn it, I gotta get out of here. Well, I'm still working on the being broke thing. I'm getting closer to getting my degree, and since it's a finance degree, I won't have to. I'll always have some kind of job, Okay, we need to be a little bit more careful. I mean, true. Well, see, yeah, like you can, you know what else counts as being rich? Also being rich usually does too. And you know, a lot of my problems, a lot of everybody's problems would be solved by just having a little bit more money. Not like infinite wealth money, but like wow, I definitely broke a bud there. Pretty sure I did, but having a little bit more money would definitely help things out a little bit for me personally. But it's just like frustrating to hear my mom though, who's like, she's like, oh well, because here in the U.S. we have all these like debates about like taxing the wealthy, and it's like constantly. And one of the main arguments that tends to happen is like, if we raise the taxes on these guys now, what if I, a guy who makes 30,000 a year, also becomes extremely wealthy in the near future, and then they take more of my money, even though that's something that has not happened yet and probably will never happen. And she doesn't think I should support it in case I become a billionaire, and I will almost certainly never become a billionaire. I probably could out of raw spite, because I'm planning on getting an MBA, and then with my master's in finance that I'm working towards, I'd pretty much be in like prime position to be like a CEO like a couple of like decades down the line. He's gonna get an MBA, get a master's. I'm probably gonna pick up my CPA for accounting as well, and then I'm gonna be getting an MBA for like management and whatnot. So point being, if I wanted to, in a couple of years, I could probably like get some really crazy shit done and make a nice bit of money. But just out of raw spite and principle, I will almost certainly never be a billionaire because I just no have any respect for it. Oh yeah, it's the same thing here too. Like we do actually have marginal tax brackets as well. One of the main issues though is a lot of people just do not understand them at all. They think like if you make like more than $400,000 a year here, for example, right? I think the marginal tax is 34.6%. So for every dollar you make after 400,000, you pay 34.6% of that dollar, but only like after the 400,000. So it's not like overall. It's just after. And these most of these people don't understand what marginal tax is, and it's just fucking goofy because you have to either explain it or they like have like the worst assumption possible because they try and dodge all these taxes. They're like, oh, if I'm like $8 short of the next tax bracket, then I won't have to pay an extra like $400 in tax because you're moving from like a 10% to like a 12% bracket or whatever. But then it's still all marginal. They don't get that, and it's like, bruh, come on. You have Google now. You know how that works. It takes 3 seconds, and somebody like explains like they're fine. Like, come on. I would never be on the, even if I myself was a billionaire, I just don't think I would give enough of a shit to like hoard all that money. Because there is a point where like you hit enough wealth and it builds too much wealth for you, and then you just kind of win. So when you hit that point, I just would stop giving a shit. My game plan right now is either shit with the stock market, or if I end up getting a ridiculously high paying job within the next like couple decades, I do that for a couple years, and then I either die for real, or I fake my own death, or I just quit and then just never speak to anybody again with like a couple $1 million. So yeah, that'd be pretty wacky. Also, welcome Gatsy boy, how you doing? We're in the middle of mining out this geode because I kind of forgot this was here and it needs to go, but we're almost done. It's been the worst open heart surgery I've had to perform in a couple of years, so that's been fun. Oh, I would only do it if I had enough money, and I'd probably do it for the vine, but otherwise, I don't think I'd really care enough. Because by the time that would happen, pretty much all my other family would be gone, so I'd be like, no one's really gonna exactly know if I'm gone because I won't really have any family members left, and then I have money, so I can just go start over somewhere else or whatever. So you missed 750 days, huh? Yeah, so we're in a geode, right, under my house. We're in the middle of building a big ass city. We're gonna be climbing up this ladder for a little bit. And I guess we'll actually take the time to go make that sculpting pickaxe I was talking about, Jay, because I'm tired of doing heart surgery for now. Instead, we'll just go do like leg surgery where you can afford to go mess it up a little bit more or whatever. I'm tired of having to think, but asked about, I think, have we hit day 750 yet? I know I was ridiculously close, but oh, we actually just hit it on the dot today. That's good. At middle of a big ass city I've been building. Uh, this geode is in the middle of an apartment building that I built for the funnies. Ooh, Costa Rica, that's fair. I mean, I'd probably go to New Zealand honestly first, just because like either I have to learn a whole nother language, or well, I need to learn Spanish anyway, so I'm in Florida. But alright, so that quick breakdown of the shitty ass world. Shulker Farm, Iron Farm, Lightning. That's actually kind of funny. It seems like our lightning rod's actually putting in the work. That's cool. Gunpowder Farm, ominous projects we don't talk about quite right now, and I'm working on renovating this entire island into an actual like whole ass city. So it's gonna be an entire city, and we're gonna have villagers living here and all that. And I think it'll be pretty neat, all said and done. We do have a map downstairs of what we've been working on. So this is the map of the entire island. We got the lighthouse here. We got a mountain here. Have what is it, 7 districts or so? Because we got the beaches, the city with those big like white concrete buildings, and we're just focusing on the exteriors for now. We'll do all the detailing and interior work after like the whole like outside is done. Wood cutting house because we're also going to be planting an entire forest on about this side of the farm or that farm island. Ominous hill with a pond that we're gonna have like a witch hut on top of it. Uh, handmade mountain area that we're gonna build buildings in, and then a mining cave that's in there. And then we're gonna build a floating island out in this chunk of ocean, and then we're gonna have a bunch of well, no, we're gonna build a floating village out over here, and then we're gonna be building sky islands, kind of in a ring behind the mountain, to add in some more shit into here. The map is pretty cool so far, and you might actually notice, first things first, our manual shulker farm, because I did actually bring shulkers out to the overworld. We have an actual fully automatic shulker farm. We got our iron farm here. We got our gunpowder farm here. Here's my storage system. It's all color coded, and then it's actually broken up into stuff. So like poppies are in the red boxes, netherrack's in the red boxes, redstone is in the red box. White stuff is like sand, quartz, glass, etc. You can kind of vaguely see. Some things are just colored just so I know what they are. So like animal products are like in the green boxes, for example. Same with food. Valuables are in pink shulker boxes, or things that I deem valuable are in pink shulker boxes. It's a whole thing. We have a couple of spare shulker shells in case I ever want to expand out a little bit more, so that's pretty cool. And we have a little bit of spare iron here in case I ever would like to just build another like 18 or 1,000 beacons or whatever. We got a little bit of extra iron. Nothing too major here. Pretty neat. I guess I will actually be building a pattern on top of that one specifically. And we'll do something over here too at some point for the tops, but it'll probably just be either like a pixel art or like an actual like proper pattern like you suggested. So, oh yeah, lightning. But we'll see how that goes in the future. But I actually need I can use concrete now. I got enough gravel and sand. I can use concrete instead of wood. But if you go over this direction for a couple hundred blocks on the Facebook path, you see the gigabase I've been working on for a little bit. It's only a fifth of the way done, fun fact, and it's going to be a 256 diameter sphere that pretty much goes all the way up to the New World height. And then we need to build a column that's 128 blocks in diameter that goes all the way down to bedrock. And then we're gonna be building a whole ass like I'm talking like New York scale city in that sphere. And I have about 9 million blocks of space to fill just in the sphere alone, not even including the column that's going to be there. So it's been quite a big Giga project. It's been pretty cool. And I actually am going to make this more of a building. Like we'll have tinted glass along the side. I could actually have normal glass as well, whatever works. But we don't actually have any. There's no fancy business in the like in Twitch at all, at least on my end, because I just haven't set any of that up. And also, still in hardcore, and I literally don't know the seed, so I've been trying to do this without using chunk base or without knowing the seed, so it's been pretty much just a completely blind playthrough of this seed, which, well, I mean, that's the same for any Minecraft world, but it would have definitely helped finding a treasure bastion and all that a little later down the line. I actually should take some time one day to really like fix a bunch of stuff with my. But we'll worry about that another day. Honestly, it's not too big a deal. Oh, we got a thing here that I'm gonna have to rework. We got a oh, what is this? 32, or is this like a stack of furnaces? I forget. I think this is 64 furnaces. It's just a big ass super smelter. We still have some leftover glass. This was all for the sphere, because the top half is going to be made out of glass, and the bottom half is going to be made out of red terracotta. And I mined out 100 shulker boxes of material, 50 of terracotta, 50 of sand to turn into glass, and that is about 170,000 blocks of just shit. So I've been at it for a little bit on that front. And we're taking a little breather from building the sphere for the foreseeable future until 1.19 comes out, because we're going to haul ass to an ancient city and go get Swift Sneak. So I can actually build the damn thing quicker. and then I'll go put in some speed 2 beacons to help me out even more. So we'll have swift sneak and permanent speed 2, and then we'll actually be able to get the thing done relatively quicker now. We're popping over to the trading hall just to flex this. I don't really have to, but it's just here. Standard glass pane trade. You got all your standard guys. How I got all my diamond armor. Pretty much any enchantment you can think of, I've got. That's been pretty cool. They actually do help. I did try it out before, and they do help out enough. Because it's basically like having Swift Sneak now, but to a shittier extent. And I actually need to get these guys leveled up. But at least I feel like the speed potions do help, because anytime... And I can only run speed 1 potions because the speed 2 potions last for 1 minute and 30 seconds. So I have to do like extended speed 1 potions because it's just, too little time with speed 2. And the breeder's still working, that's good. We're waiting on one of these to be an adult so I can go make him the last stonemason. But, oh, thanks for the follow, Gatsy, appreciate it. Okay, so I shouldn't have read that straight away because I kind of did just slam into that while reading that, but oh well. I don't exactly have any reason to fear death for now, so we're doing pretty good. Let's just go ahead and pop through the nether really quickly. I'll just go ahead and flex some of this. We got a full ice boat path underneath a lava ocean because I'm very stupid and should have built it on the nether roof. I did not build it on the nether roof, spoiler alert. I only just got access to that like 2 days ago. But this is the main hub. This leads back up into my main portal, and this one here leads all the way back out to the mesa biome that I went to get all my terracotta and sand from. It also spawns right next to a desert. And this is also a world spawn actually as well. So I spawned in pretty much the dead center of a random ass mesa and a desert. I didn't find the village until like way afterwards when I came back. And it was a hard start because I found an azalea tree for my wood and I didn't find any of those oak trees on top of the mesa. And that kind of stunk. But it still wasn't too bad. It means I knew where a mesa was for a fact. It wasn't too big a deal. We got our pillager outpost. World spawn is about there. The sand pillar is gone, unfortunately. But here's the desert I was using to mine out all my sand. It's kind of flat now. That's pretty cool. And over here, oh, and here's another part of the desert I was using too. And we got our mining mesa over here for any of our gold or terracotta needs. I mined out mostly red terracotta within these bands, but just a little bit farther ahead. You can actually see where it happens over here. And then eventually I switched over to normal terracotta and then just dyed it red because I just was kind of running out. I don't want to keep peeking. But yeah, this was the first part we ended up mining out. Pretty cool. Because this thing is so big, you can actually like fly an elytra fairly comfortably through here. And this is about 85,000 blocks of terracotta worth of stuff, so it's pretty neat. We got a leftover speed 2 and haste 2 beacon to mine any of this. That's cool. We got a cave over here I don't think I've explored yet. That's cool. Nothing too serious. I don't want to fly too deep in here, but alright. The cave. Somewhere around here-ish, I want to say. It was at the end of this river, I'm fairly confident. We got a cave spider farm. Here we go. We got a cave spider farm that I used to get most of my string and spider eyes. It's actually a fairly solid design. I kind of like just used an older design where you just have like alternating walls and fences, but the water is kind of my thing here, and then they climb up to here and you can still comfortably like kill them. They're 2-hit even with sharpness 5 netherite sword, so I'd have to give it a Bane of Arthur pause if I wanted to one-shot him, but all the items and XP actually get flushed down into like one area, so it's actually pretty good for that. So like all in all, pretty solid. I just buttoned up everything so I can't bring in any light obviously, and that's pretty cool. That took a little while to do, but it works pretty well. And let's see, what else we got? Just normal mesa stuff. There's honestly nothing else really out in this direction. You saw the trading hall, and so I guess the last couple things we have are the we got the raid farm and the how did we get here platform, because we got this not too long ago. Same with the Furious Cocktails. That was pretty cool. That was a pain in the ass to do. It took me 5 hours to do. I sat down for 5 hours straight and made a Wither Rose farm at the start for an hour, and then I made a, then I got that achievement after 4 on top of that because I needed a Wither Rose, so that certainly took a long. It was worth it though. It's cool to flex, but that also means that I'm actually like I should reasonably be able to get like every single achievement in the game now. So that'll be cool to pull off at one point. Or do that. And let's see what else we got. We got the raid farm. We'll go ahead and stop in there. Just go see that. Oh, and I wanted to I'll have to do that a little later, but I need to expand the storage for that place because I'm kind of out of storage. I only have 2 double chests. And I'm stocked up on like everything. We got the end portal that way with our Wither farm and also our Wither Rose farm as well because it doubles as thing for beacons and Wither Roses. It just uses a bunch of snow golems and like reuses the snow uncarved pumpkins that they get from shearing them. And that's how I get my Wither Roses for now. And then we're just popping over to the raid farm here in a sec. Go. Yeah, don't like unless you already have the shulker, just don't do it because it's honest to God, it took a while, Jake. Like I actually would have gotten it a little bit earlier a couple of days ago, but my dolphin ended up dying by accident. I didn't notice until it was too late, and I was just short dolphin's grace, so I just had to. The hardest part though, for real, is just well, you build the raid farm and it makes it a lot easier, but the hardest part is realistically the levitation effect because you have to move a shulker. All the other shit's not too bad. It's really just the shulker that you have to move. That was quite an issue. We got our iceberg biome there that I use to get all my packed ice for the roads. You can tell. We got a pillager outpost there that powers the raid farm out in that direction. Also, a random village over here too. And there's the actual station. Put all of your spectral arrows in there for the glowing effect. You put all your potions into here and here. You got your wither rose for your wither effect. And then you got your shulker for that. We got a conduit here. We got resistance, or regeneration, and haste for some of the beacon exclusive effects or some of the easier things to make. I know you can get regeneration through potion, but it was just easier to do it on there. And then we got our dolphin here for Dolphin's Grace, who's actually like not stupid this time around. I'm gonna go ahead and just snap to the other phone. There we go. But yeah, like I said, I need to empty out a bunch of stuff here. We trapped a cow over here to get some milk, so that way I can kind of disable it at will. We got an ocean monument over in that direction. In case I ever need mining fatigue again, I will never need it again. We have a small surplus of totems, just a couple extra totems here, you know, in case I ever need a couple extra lives. That's been pretty cool. Oh, that's the wrong gray shulker box. Here's one of our spares. We'll go ahead and just dump some of these in here while I'm actually here thinking about it. We have no space, do we? That's not cool at all. We'll just go ahead and like dump some of this away, honestly, just while I'm here. Out to the ocean it goes. There we go. That's better. But yeah, we have a couple of spare lives if I ever need them again, so that's cool. You know, just a few. Here. There we go. We got another box of totems. And we're actually down to our last empty here, so that stinks. Mr. Beast will definitely just hire somebody to like outdo me like instantly, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Good thing everybody knows Mr. Beast clearly just isn't a real person, duh. Like everybody knows this. But yeah. Oh, where did I leave my extra ender chest? What I did with it? Oh no, it's down in the geode. That's why. Now I remember. Let's just keep dumping these away. We're almost good here. We just barely have enough space to tuck all of these away. There we go. That's a little better. And we'll go ahead and keep 2 in here for some extra lives. Okay, rude. First of all, I have no space for this. There we go. That's pretty much empty. That is shockingly loud. I haven't had to burn that much in quite a while. Control. Whatever, we can burn these. There we go. We got a little bit extra space now. I mean, that made me jump too, and I was expecting it. I just wasn't expecting it to be that loud, though. Looks like we're good. We got another spare totem here and another stack of emeralds. That's pretty neat. Nice bit of extra saddles if I ever need them. I will never ever need them. It's just good to have just in case. We have 9. Let's see. Here's the 10th one. 10. Alright, we have 13 pretty much completely filled shulker boxes of totems, so you know, I have a couple extra in case something bad were to ever happen, which it's only ever happened once. Almost happened a couple days ago again, but it only has actually ever happened once, because I may or may not have plummeted out of the sky at a little too fast and a little bit too high. I almost killed myself for the funny, and yeah, it wasn't too good. Definitely was not a smart thing to do, but you know, I was holding a totem, so I could afford to be very stupid if I wanted to. But yeah, that's more or less everything. We'll go pop over to the end, and then I'll just go back to doing whatever I was doing, which was open heart surgery. Which we actually need to stop by the trading hall to go get efficiency 5 on breaking 3. Not efficiency, mending on breaking 3 and silk touch. And then we need to go put it on a netherite pickaxe because netherite. And that probably won't let me insta mine the amethyst blocks, but we'll find out. That's actually true right now. Oh, I also do actually own like a lot of netherite tools just because I kind of had nothing else to do with it, so. I'll probably pop a second one if I fight the warden like really incorrectly. Maybe even a couple. Actually, when I go down into an ancient city, to be perfectly honest, I'm gonna have to do some serious like re-management for it because I want like 9 totems on me. Like one of my offhand and like the other 9 up here is actually like 10. Because I am not taking any chances at all, and I'll have ender pearls on me, all that shit. I'm just there for Swift Sneak, the new music disc, and then we're gonna get the recovery compass just to flex that I have a recovery compass in hardcore, which it will literally never ever help me. Not in this world, but it would still be funny to have nonetheless. Go ahead and do that. Here we'll go ahead and dump this amethyst away. I lied, that was the wrong box. There we actually go. And let's go ahead and do something really quickly. We should have, it should be the ore box. Go. And in here we have our our scrap. But we're just gonna go ahead and make another netherite ingot and a pickaxe here. Oh yeah, actually that's another thing too. Now that you bring it up, I'm almost certainly gonna forget, so I should actually try and stockpile some wool because I'll just probably like parkour with it for most of it. because I really do not want to attempt fighting it unless it like absolutely comes down to it. Because I'm not gonna risk it. I really would rather not risk it. We can one day when I'm like content with my world, and then just if I die, I die. If I don't, that's cool too. But yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have ender pearls, but I'm also gonna carry rockets just in case, because it might be big enough to really just like the hell out. But ender pearls are good for getting away from it quickly, but the elytra will do like most of the heavy lifting as well in terms of just getting up to like a very high ledge and then just burrowing it out. Make sure that I don't die or nothing. That'll be cool. Anyways, here is our netherite pickaxe. There we go. We want Unbreaking 3, Mending, and Silk Touch on this one. We got some spare emeralds we can take. And we'll take this scrap. There we go. Oh, we also got a lodestone today, so that's pretty neat. Could have enough emeralds to buy this. Oh yeah, that is true, but like, well, because what I'm planning on, if that ever did come to that, was I'd probably Ender Pearl out first, and then like it gives me enough distance and time to like immediately like switch to Elytra and just bail like instantly. No, I found it. I'm never gonna craft a lodestone except for the part where I probably will craft one day, but I just found it in a bastion I was raiding today. I've been to like 6 of them trying to find a treasure bastion, and it took a little while, but we did in fact find one, so that was good. Certainly took a long time. We're just popping in here for Silk Touch, Mending, and Unbreaking 3, and then we ought to be good. I did actually bring it with me already. We have a couple of spare emeralds too. We got books. We can actually, yeah, that's fine. That's enough space. We want Mending. There we go. Unbreaking. That's Fortune. We don't want Fortune. That's Efficiency. Don't want that. Breaking 3. I got really lucky with the Unbreaking and Mending one. 13 emeralds for Unbreaking 3 and 10 for Mending. Like, that was ridiculously good. But, oh shoot, what else are we looking for? Oh, yeah, we got Efficiency 5 for 60 there. That's pretty good too. Oh, not really for the lodestone. I actually wanted it for the magma cube spawner, because I'm getting ready to make a Froglite farm, so I had to like actually go out and get one of those. Do I not have a guy that sells Silk Touch? Wait, what the fuck? When the fuck did I never... Oh no, I know why. Oh no, I know why. Because I always got it off of a Oh, that is an oversight. I should not have dumped it into that so quickly. Damn it. Oh no, we have Silk Touch. I lied. Alright, thank God. What I used to do was I used to just buy the diamond pickaxe off of like either this guy or the other one, because they had Silk Touch on them, and then I would have... Okay. Oh, I really do hate the nether roof, yeah. But, actually, I'm not too bad with it anymore, honestly. We actually dug out there and everything, so... I've actually got a quick way into the bastion now, so it's been pretty well. Probably fine. That's good. We'll call it Sculptor. There we go. Alright, so we can use this pickaxe specifically to do some like finer work on some sculpting. So if we ever need to break, you know, like if we need to do heart surgery again, which we do, then we can use that pickaxe to just kind of chisel away some finer things. Well, a magma cube farm on top of the basalt delta would honestly technically be a little easier, but it's gonna be a lot more consistent though, at least in my eyes, with the spawner. So. Disabling the spawner wasn't too terrible. Like, what I did first was, because I was actually able to tunnel, like, pretty much straight to the spawner and the little treasure platform. It was just that low where I already was. So getting there wasn't too hard. I isolated that whole little island, pretty quickly, so that way I didn't have to deal with any brutes or other piglins and all that, and I had my golden helmet on, so it would have just been the brutes. But really, the hardest part was just making sure to get the initial like 5 torches on there, You just shoot the magma cubes here and there. They're not really too much of a pest with like the really good armor that I have, so they're not really too big to worry about. And then basically what it boiled down to was making sure we had enough lighting to like neutralize as many of those spawns as possible. I couldn't get it to where they spawned none of them because there just was too much empty air, but it knocked it down enough to where I didn't have to deal with like 18 billion input at a time. But the only other thing I did was I put a cobblestone roof over the spawner, like about 5 or 6 blocks up, and then literally all it boiled down to was just fill in some of the walls to make sure that what was I going to say? Fill in some of the walls to make sure no piglins can come in from the sides and nothing can get in or out. So the only way in or out of that bastion now is you have to take the ladder. Like you can break into it obviously if you have a pickaxe, but no like other mob can get into there. I literally put torch on every single block so no piglins can spawn in there. So it's only magma cubes from the spawner. And then when 1.19 properly comes out, we'll build it so it's a proper firelight farm. But the good thing about doing it with a in a treasure bastion like that with the actual spawner is I don't have to worry about any mob cap stuff. Like once it's done, it'll just work. Like I can just go there and be AFK and it will work, and I don't have to like really rely on nothing too crazy with like big cubes being weird or nothing. And I need to figure out how to make it so either only small cubes can spawn or how to like actually break them down into like the smallest cubes because they can only eat the very tiny one. I'll have to see how to do. But no, we got our sculptor pickaxe here. That's my 5th netherite pickaxe, so I need to maybe calm down with it a little bit. Oh, and when we get a gold farm and a bartering farm set up, I'm also going to make another pair of netherite boots, but instead of depth strider, they'll have soul speed on them. I think those are mutually exclusive. I'm pretty sure they were. We'll have to make another pair because I want soul speed in the nether instead of depth strider. They'll have all the exact same enchants, so it'll just be the only thing that's different. So, and actually, I haven't really talked about it yet today, but I made 3 extra netherite helmets recently, just for the funnies. But they all have the different types of protection on them. So this one's got fire protection 4, projectile protection 4, and blast protection 4. So if I'm doing a bunch of crazy shit with lava in the nether, the fire protection 4 helmet goes on. I'm doing something with a charged creeper, the blast protection 4 helmet is honestly a godsend because if you have blast protection 4 on the helmet and protection 4 on all the other pieces of gear or like, any mix of that, just one piece of gear with blast protection 4, the other 3 with protection 4, you go from dying to a charged creeper to living on 1 heart from a charged creeper, and it doesn't do enough knockback when it's netherite to like kill you with fall damage as long as you have a feather falling. So I can actually like tank an entire charged creeper, and the only reason that would ever become important is if I was like catching one to like go do stuff with and it like detonated by accident. I didn't have enough time to get away, or it was too small to get away. Like I know I could obviously just have it like pop a totem or whatever, but the whole point of the totems, at least to me, is to make sure to like never ever use them at pretty much at any cost, because once I do use it, I have to actually like switch out to the other totem, and like, there's that small little window where I don't have a totem. We just really don't want to risk that ever. So it's not too big of a deal if it happens. And we can't insta-mine stone anymore, so that's a good sign. I don't think we'll be able to insta-mine amethyst with the haste 2. We shouldn't be able to insta-mine because the we've got no efficiency on it, so that should be good. But we'll find out here in a sec. So we can't insta-mine calcites. I'm pretty sure we can't insta-mine amethyst. That's perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. Oh my god, no more heart surgery. Yes, thank you. Oh man, that makes life a lot easier. I can still mine it pretty quickly, I just don't insta-mine it, so I don't risk breaking any of these budding blocks anymore. I might do the same thing for, well, actually no, netherite shovel would still insta-mine like every piece of dirt, so even without efficiency. Or would it? I'll have to check the hardness values. Either way, it still is good to have a pickaxe just dedicated to doing this stuff. Hmm. I literally don't ever switch mine out of my offhand unless like I know I'm gonna like be in a safe spot and I actually do need it. And I pretty much have never needed to switch out my totem. I probably have like I'm surprised my monitor doesn't even have like any kind of like burn in yet, considering how much it's been on my screen for this long, you know. Because like because you know I still upload all these VODs to YouTube and all that, so there's always a and they always like auto generate a thumbnail and all that, and it's so cool seeing all of them with like it's usually pretty different like in terms of what's on screen for the thumbnail, but totem is always there every time without fail. It's there in like the bottom left corner, and it's just kind of goofy. It's not really too bad, but it's been like that for probably about 50 thumbnails by now, so I think it's just a little funny to see, but not a bad thing by any means. It's just not worth using a shield anymore, you know? Like, the shield doesn't really help against the brutes because they disable it in one hit, and then if you die, you don't have a totem in your offhand, so you don't get a second chance to do nothing. And then, I don't, you know, I have a bow to deal with other, like, projectile things, and the warden's gonna just screw you up with a shield anyway, so it's just better to have a totem, so... Shields are good early game for like skeletons, but then I tank so much damage it doesn't matter anymore if I have a shield or not. They die in one hit to a bow, they die in 2 hits to a sword. You know, like there's just nothing left that can really like that warrants a shield, you know. You don't need a shield. Oh, that is true. That is a valid point. I haven't actually had to really do that with this sphere. That's pretty much the only time where I've actually like thought about it. I did it once, but then it was like marginally faster, but not enough to like keep doing it. Oh, you had an inventory. That's fair. I just don't ever want to forget it, so I just pretty much will never like ever switch it out for anything because well, I mean I know it does help sometimes with doing some building, but it's just not enough of an improvement for me personally to like warrant doing, or ever for that matter, because I can just switch hands and all that. Because believe me, I have plenty of time to just take it easy and just kind of do whatever with it. So I don't really mind having to like switch things out a lot. Don't really bother me too much. Yeah, actually, toning it down with the efficiency ended up making this even faster, funny enough, because now I don't have to play, like, Operation all the time, so... Like, see that? Like, I just clicked on the Budding Amethyst by accident there, so I would have ended up breaking that with Efficiency 5, but not this time. Finally getting somewhere. In fact, we probably got about 80% of it done. Oh, if you're dealing with water and redstone, then of course, like, speed is of the essence there, yeah, so that's a little bit more valid, to be fair. Would be kind of a fun, kind of an idea for a mini game is like you can it's okay, it's kind of like vaguely similar to Spleef and like this in terms of just you want to like mine every single like undesirable block like you would have like amethyst like all around and all that shit, and it has to be a block you're able to insta mine, right? And then inside of that you have other blocks you're able to insta mine, but they're ones you don't want to insta mine, so you have to figure out how fast or slow you want to like get rid of every single like shitty block, and then you only leave in the good stuff, and then game's over when you get rid of all of like the dud blocks. So in this case, when I get rid of all the normal amethyst, it'd be over for me, and then if you break any of the wrong blocks, you either lose points or you just end right there. So it'd be pretty interesting. Be an actual like genuinely fun mini game. It'd be hard to reset though, but then again, it could just be kind of like vaguely random. It'd probably be pretty easy to do with dirt, honestly. Like you'd have like or any kind of concrete powder. Actually, now that I'm saying that out loud, would probably be perfect for it. I think that could be a fun thing to try and do just for. It's something I'd see on Hermitcraft, honestly. Okay, we're gonna maybe do that. There we go. That actually would be perfect. Yeah, you'd have to have haste for the red terracotta, but that actually would work very well. And dirt and brown concrete powder too, if you don't want to use haste either. But it could either be like they're vaguely similar, so you actually have to pay attention, or actually that might even be better to do because if they were too visually distinct, you'll just like see a different color and immediately like stop. You won't actually have to like think about it, you know. Or you could, if you wanted to be a monster, you could use dirt and coarse dirt, and then like really struggle to see what you're looking at. But or moss and leaf blocks too. Well, actually, yeah, because you can use a hoe on both of them, so that would work too. I think coarse dirt and normal dirt would be pretty funny because it just would be evil, you know. Like you would absolutely have to like pay as much attention as possible because once you fucked it up, it's just too late because you really have to just be mean. You have to pay really just too much attention to it, and it'd be funny. I wouldn't mind actually making something like that, honestly. But we're almost done here. I don't have too much more to do, I think. So we'll try and finish this up here pretty quickly. I'll have to probably bring in some scaffolding to try and get the majority of this. We'll get ready to do. Okay, well that's not cool. We're out of inventory space here. True, that could work. I mean, that's just more of an idea. I might do that one day, just when I have nothing else to really do. Who knows? But it'd be pretty fun. But I'm really just trying to make sure I do build that city at the end of the day because, well, not the end of today, but just in general because I really want that sphere to be like fully furnished one day. I think it could be like really cool. But yeah, having it be like fairly easy and like small kind of as you go would be pretty cool. But you know, as you start going along, it gets harder and harder to visually tell the difference, like you're saying, and that could be a good actually like change of pace. We don't here, do we? Dude, is that it? Are we done with heart surgery finally? I think we are. We have these ones here, obviously, but we'll just get rid of them and we'll just, I don't know, outside or whatever for the. Actually, no, that doesn't. A couple of things. We're going to put some of this away real quick. We'll resort it into that shulker box in a little bit here. Not particularly. What I actually tend to do while I'm like working on it is I'll just write it down. But in terms of when the thing's actually all like fully done, there probably will be some kind of indicator, just to show kind of like what area you're at or something similar. But otherwise, I really don't have too many plans to like do anything. Is I tend to just write it down in a small book that I have on me. It's called a big ass sphere, like progress log and all that. So I just write down like what layer I need to start on for next stream and all that. What layer I've gone ahead and finished, and then what date it's been finished and started and all that. So it's actually been pretty good at keeping it organized, and I know what I'm building at any given moment. And then like once I'm done building a layer, I immediately update it and then just move layer in chunk base, or not in chunk base, and oh shoot, what was it called? It was in a plots. That's right. It was a plots modeler. I haven't had to use it in a while because I've just not been building it in a couple of weeks. So I'm just waiting for Swift Sneak still. But we got as much as we could here. We do have a couple of weird clusters that are a little bit shitty, like these clusters of two we might break apart. We need to do some more stuff on some of the ends over here. Otherwise, we're pretty good. Yeah, I've been very specific on how I build it. Like I have like a whole like system for it and everything to make sure that I don't lose track of nothing. Like I always double check the amount of blocks I'm building with. Like you know, I'll build them in like quarters and everything, so I always have time to actually go back and double check to make sure because I literally cannot afford to make a mistake because it will throw off the entire rest of the sphere and I will just straight up not work on it ever again if I fuck up like now. So But they followed the same kind of format. Actually, holy shit, April 7th? Damn, it's been almost 2 months since I had actually initially started on it. I was kind of crazy too at the very start. I did the first like 13 layers in the span of like a single day, and then like at about midnight or so I started on like another couple, and then I took a little break. But you can like literally see like I keep track of how much layers I finished out of like 256 on the date, and then I specifically write start layer like whatever next time. That way there's absolutely no confusion on what I should be working on. I finish that one, I start on 24, and then we start with this number here, and then when we're done we just write finish layer whatever we finished on, and then we start whatever, and it just follows that same format. So I tried to keep it to a relatively routine schedule. We haven't done anything since April 20th, so it's actually been an entire month. But yeah, we finished layer 50 out of 256, so not even technically a fifth of the way there yet. And we're almost halfway there. We're almost a quarter of the way there, I should say, and halfway done with the bottom half. Because once you start getting back into the top half, it should start getting a little bit easier and easier with enough time. But yeah, it's pretty organized, I take good pride in that because it's something I genuinely cannot afford to mess up. Because I can't instamine glass at all. You literally just cannot do it. So if I fuck up too early and I end up goofing up that glass, I will almost certainly never work on it again because I'm not gonna live in that sphere if it's all like fucked up and goofy like that. So I'm trying to be extremely careful about not messing anything up in there. It's very important to me that nothing gets really goofed up in there. Because the moment it happens, it's never being worked on again. I actually have made a couple mistakes here and there, but because of how many checks I do, and I kind of have like a good enough like vague feeling when something gets fucked up that I know to like go double check. But I make sure to do plenty of double and triple checks on it all the time, and then I always make sure to like recount properly with plots modeler and all that, and I have like a whole system of like how to build it pretty quickly and all that shit. So I take as much time as I need to make sure it's done right because I only get one good chance at doing this, and if it's screwed up and I don't catch it, then that's pretty much it. Because I will never try this again in another world. If it gets screwed up in this world, I'll never do it again here. I mean, seriously, it took 2 weeks just to get the damn materials, and it took 2 weeks just to get a fifth of the way done. So it took a while. Yeah, they needed to, you gotta be able to instamine glass at some point. Like, I don't know why it's not like, like a yeah, pickaxe isn't like the, tool of choice for it, Or like an axe or just something, because seriously, you can't do that. Like it'd be so useful to be able to insta mine it, but just can't for some reason. It's just kind of annoying. It feels kind of arbitrary. Ooh, look at it go! Got quite a bit of stuff falling out. But it's just goofy. Like there's no reason for you to not be able to insta mine glass, but here we are not able to insta mine glass. So it would be pretty useful to have. But I think we're pretty much. Oh no, wait, no. The whole point of today was prepping for 1.19. And I don't think I've done any of that yet. So, what did we do today? Even we reorganized some shulker boxes. I touched up the rest of the bastion, and that was pretty much it. So now we actually need to do one other thing, and that is we're gonna plant a massive wheat field. We're gonna go pick a biome that's close by, and we're just gonna go turn the entire thing to a wheat field just for the funnies, and also so that way in the future we can actually make which one of these is it in? I feel like I don't know if they ever realistically would add like another tool into the game. To be honest, it would be kind of cool to see a hammer, because then again, you could actually like combine stuff. But I I think they've been done adding like tools for a long time now. Be cool to see, but I wonder if they would do it. It'd be neat. They should. Well, not that they should, but a hammer would probably be like one of the ones they would add. But I don't know if they would actually ever add anything else again with it, you know? It's been too long. We do not have a lot of wheat seeds. Wow. I'm gonna have to go grab some bone meal then. We got our cobble box. Well, we might have to pop over to the Wither Skeleton farm because I need to go grab some spare bone. But we'll go ahead and do that. Go grab a bunch of bone. Oh, true, duh, yeah, forgot about that. Man, I'm kind of like, I hope they do re-add archaeology here relatively soon because like that actually looked really cool. It was a neat concept, and also bundles coming with it too would be great. But they just, man, if they don't add it, dude, it'd be a damn shame because it was actually like pretty cool to like have to brush your stuff. It doesn't matter to me now anymore because I have diamonds, but it still would be a cool thing to just stumble across, especially if you get some like unique things from it other than the pot shards and all that. We're just gonna head down into the Wither Skeleton farm real quick and go steal all the bones and yeah, won't take too long. It's a real shame they keep pushing back bundles so much, you know, because I would have loved to have like a bundle for some things. Like I could condense like quite a nice chunk of my inventory down into a bundle like right now if I had it, but I just don't, and it's a shame. Oh, didn't they? They had an update called the Adventure Update already, so they would have to. I think it was actually the first one. How did a blaze get down here? That's rare. Normally they don't come down here. They're not supposed to be. There we go. But yeah, they definitely should have some kind of other update at some point. We got 2 skulls from that. That's a nice harvest. Make another beacon again. And we're here for the bones. Best not to forget that. That can't be opened. Ah, that's why. There we go. Oh yeah, that too, because they said that the it's been hard like actually like, being able to figure out the UI for it. And that is kind of valid because I wouldn't even know where to begin like trying to make the UI for it or like any kind of suggestion because like it's gotta be rough. But I feel like but okay, because don't you have to like hold and like drag stuff to like move stuff around in your inventory, right? So like can't use that to like open the inventory for it or nothing. So if you just like tapped on it instead, it could open up kind of like a like kind of a sub menu or whatever. Could that work or something similar to that? Like I don't know. I literally don't make games, obviously, and I said I don't make Minecraft, but I feel like there is definitely like a simpler solution to it, but at the same time, I wouldn't exactly know because if there was a simpler solution, they probably would have done it by now. I wonder what some of their other attempts have been to do it, or if they'll ever make something like that public. Either way, none of my business. But yeah, that's got to be hard to design on mobile to some extent, because you only have touchscreen. So you'd either have to be able to like tap and hold, or like double tap on it, or just something like that, because you don't have too many options. Kind of weird. Well, double tap is technically an option, but I mean, you can definitely actually holding it down but not dragging it might be like a good thing to do because I'm pretty sure to rearrange your inventory you have to like hold and drag stuff around, and then just holding the bundle for like a second should be able to like either open up some kind of UI so you can take out whatever you want into it and put it in your inventory or drop it on the floor. I used to work for a company that develops mobile games. That's fair. I've heard that's pretty lucrative for like just making a nice bit of money, but at the same time, I wouldn't know on account of not making a mobile game. Although I did think about it once, but that would mean that I would have to know how to make stuff, or actually how to like make a application. I don't really do that. I could learn, but that would mean I would have to learn something. But we got a bed. We got a spare bed here. We'll just wait for the sun to set a little bit. And I kind of want to have this be vaguely close by. I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be over there, really. Well, actually, to be fair, that would be kind of a nice spot to have it in, just because it is so close. Like we can leave the swamp intact, but this part over here, I think it'd be good to try and renovate into like a whole like wheat field, and then we can leave the swamp and the dark oak by itself. But I think we should try and get rid of a lot of this, like by the coastline. 'Cause I just want a huge field of wheat, and I just don't want it to be really here. So I want only carrots and potatoes on this island, so they can actually like repopulate and they don't get polluted. And we have the wheat field kind of be over on that side and up in there. And I just need it to make mud blocks in the near future, because you need mud and like 2 wheat to make packed mud, and that's how you make all the mud bricks and all that, which is what we're aiming for. So I guess we'll just start cutting down some of these birch trees over here. We'll just get to it, or I can actually really target that swamp over there. It should be close enough. I think it is 2 wheat. I'm pretty sure. Hang on, let me double check. It might be 2 wheat. Packed mud. What do we have? What is the crafting? Oh no, it's 1 wheat. My bad. It is not two. That was my mistake. It is just one. But either way, it's still 1 wheat and 1 mud to make one packed mud. That's not as expensive as I just said, but it is still like you're gonna need a lot of wheat anyways. Well, I mean, I'm probably missing something too, but either way, that's what they want to use to make it. And getting a lot of wheat isn't too bad. You just gotta actually like have the infrastructure and do it, I guess. But yeah, it's just a little weird, you know. But you can use 4 packed mud to make a mud brick, but otherwise, no. I don't know why it wouldn't just. Well, actually, yeah. Why wouldn't it just be 4 mud? I don't know. Well, it changes the color of it quite a bit too. Like it makes it like a much lighter brown instead of it being like basically like dark gray. Like the actual color of mud like is basically the same color as the gray shulker boxes that I have, and then it makes like a much lighter like tannish like brown with the wheat. I guess that's probably the only other justification I can think of. We'll cut down a lot of these swamp trees just because it's already flat, so I don't have to do a whole lot. Let's see here. Where is my tool that I use to cut stuff down? Here it is. Hey, we found it. Man, I'm pretty good at this whole conservation thing here. I'm pretty good at that. Interesting. We'll just burn a couple more. And then we'll chop up whatever's left. We'll get rid of these bird ones too. Why not? Oh, they're already using the mangrove roots with mud to make shoot, what was it again? It was because they have muddy mangrove roots. That's what you use mangrove roots and mud to make muddy mangrove roots. That wouldn't be an option. But then as for hanging roots, to be honest, if like hanging to get a lot of hanging roots is a total pain in the ass because you have to grow like an azalea tree, right? And like I don't think you can just bone meal a hanging root to like make more of it. Like, it is a just nightmare to make a lot of. Yeah, because then the muddy mangrove roots, and then farming hanging roots. I still don't know if they ever ended up changing it or not, but last time I remember, it was just horrible. It took way too much effort just to get like even a stack of them, but it was worth or something like that. Might not have. It might be different nowadays, but either way, honestly, having it be wheat isn't too big of a deal because it's still pretty common. Easy enough to farm with either like the dispenser or with a like you could have like be fully automatic with a villager, or you could have it be dispenser based. I think it's at least a simple enough like decision, but maybe not the most logical, but it's still Minecraft. I mean, they can cut some corners with certain things like that to make things a little bit easier. It doesn't have to make it just has to make enough sense. It just doesn't have to make perfect sense, at least in my eyes, you know. Oh, it is really easy to get. For oh no, for the wheat you were talking about. What does it take to get? hanging roots. Hang on. I don't know if they ever made it easier. I want to say they did, but I don't know if they ever did. I kind of hope they did. They generate inside of a lush cave beneath an azalea tree on the surface below. Using bone meal on rooted dirt causes hanging roots. Okay, so no, actually, rooted dirt is still like a lot easier to get. Well, not rooted dirt. Hanging roots are easier to get, I should say. So if you bone meal rooted dirt, you get hanging roots. So actually, no, it is farmable. Okay, that's fair. So that could have been another good option. Well, no, because then that's how you make rooted dirt by mixing dirt and a hanging root. So like, what the hell? Oh, actually, no, I lied. You don't even you can't craft rooted dirt, but if you could, it would definitely be with hanging roots. So that wouldn't even work either. But still, just kind of like it's. Oh, that was what was difficult. That's right. It wasn't hanging roots that were hard to farm. It was rooted dirt specifically because it is a pain in the ass to get. You can't craft it. You can only you can only naturally get it through like growing azalea trees. It only makes like one if you like want to farm it. It's just bad. It's quite goofy. So, I mean, wheat is probably the best option they honestly have because you can't use mangrove roots. Rooted dirt would have just made like, or hanging roots would have just made rooted dirt because it's like right there and it just wouldn't make sense otherwise. And then I don't think they really have any other like good types of like greenery that you could realistically use other than wheat at that point. And it's kind of cool too because it actually gives wheat like another crafting. I mean, I know you can make hay bales out of it and the target block, but giving it just a little bit more is nice, and it's still easy enough to get. So I honestly really don't mind it. If it was a more of a pain in the ass, it'd be bad. Yeah, if you track down a natural azalea tree, you can get a lot, but it will run dry eventually for rooted dirt. And if you want to farm it too. Oh yeah, and bread and cake. I just don't cook a lot of those foods, so I actually kind of forgot to use wheat for those. Dude, I gotta actually, I think I gotta cook a cake for a Minecraft achievement. I can't remember. But we're about halfway done to improving the local ecosystem, so we're getting fairly close. It's getting pretty warm in here. Global warming still isn't real, clearly. As you can clearly see, it's not getting hot because the whole thing isn't on fire, checkmate, etc. But we're doing fairly well. Got a couple of trees that are dying. Yeah, you bone meal rooted dirt to get hanging roots, but you can't make rooted dirt like by crafting. That's the problem. Which for some reason, and it's goofy. But I kind of wish you could make because you can find normal azalea trees to get rooted dirt. You just can't craft it. And if you could craft it, then it would be like way easier to renew because you just farm hanging roots. But you can't craft it, and it's a little goofy to be honest. I don't know why they would do that, but we got enough of the swamp done, I'd have to say, right? We can go get a couple more trees near, like in the back behind me, and we'll use some dirt to just patch in like some of the smaller. Otherwise, I think we'd be pretty good. Start with the wheat. Oh, that should not have spread that far. Oops. Oh well. Or just go plant some new. We'll leave these ones intact. It should actually be fuck it, buy a tree. All gone. Let's help speed things up a little bit. We'll get rid of this one too. But as for all of these, we'll leave these intact, so don't need to bring. We'll get a couple more of these here and there, but otherwise we should be fine. And we'll get this last one. And then this one too. We need to go get some ones. Oh yeah, dude, not crafting crying obsidian does kind of stink, and actually gas tears and normal obsidian does make a lot of sense now that you mention it, but I mean, it is meant to be rarer, but it's just weird regardless. Like it does make sense, and it would help to make. Well, it's still renewable, I guess, by like piglin bartering. Being able to craft it would still be pretty nice, honestly. But it's not too bad. Definitely would quality of the thing. Yeah, pretty much burned every tree that's been that needs to be burned here. So that's. I'll leave this one be. We'll just maybe grab a couple of these here. Make sure I don't break my flint and steel by accident. How we doing? We're at 8. Okay, that's not too. Yeah, Gilded Blackstone is just a weird block, honestly. It's rare without really having a reason to be rare. You can only get it in a bastion, and then like it like drops itself 90% of the time without Silk Touch, but there's still a chance that it only drops golden nuggets. Like just kind of wacky. I don't know why they did that with the golden nugget thing, just making it like harder and harder to get with more fortune. Like you can just use Silk Touch obviously on it, so it's not too big of a kind of a quirky block. But I want to pick these up again. But yeah, more or less we've gone ahead and cleared out this swamp, so we're pretty good. Oh, I could. Oh, you can smell it. Go to Blackstone. Oh, I'll have to keep that in mind next time. Unrelated, I would never ever think about smelting it because it's so rare or something similar along those lines. Then again, I literally have a stack of gold blocks from all the Bastion raiding I did today, so I actually don't need to smelt it for a little while. If I ever do get hold of it. I could have, but I ended up not taking any of the Bastions. I just went. But yeah, it looks like we got most of the forest cleared out here. We're just getting some odd wood bits. And all this should be flat enough. We should basically be covering this whole like swamp biome that we have cleared out in wheat. That's kind of my main goal here. Just to really make sure that we have plenty. I should not feel like I don't ever have enough wheat because I just want to harvest a bunch of it. Got a couple more trees to break down. Oh yeah, no, I've been silk touching all my nether gold ore for quite a while now, but sometimes I use fortune on it just because I'm not paying attention to what pickaxe I'm using, but at the same time it doesn't particularly matter to me because I do have enough gold for one, so I don't have to it anymore. Which is nice. Go ahead and get the rest of this trimmed. There we go. Alright, 1 will decay. We'll also take some of the time here to make sure enough of this stuff is lit up at night, so that way you don't have to deal with any mob spawns again. I didn't leave any weird dark spots laying around. And I'm still trying to keep everything like ridiculously safe just to make sure I don't die. It'll be nice though for slimes because they can still spawn at this light level, but nothing else can, so it'll make it a nice bit easier to get a bit more slime. Oh well, I mean it is still gold ore, so but it's still a nice thing to do, honestly, because it makes it even more condensed in your inventory anyway. But the only benefit to like using fortune on is technically you might be able to get like 2 ingots out of it because you get up to like 20 nuggets, but it's rare. But it's also good to like use fortune on if you're like really in a pinch for like gold for like whatever reason. Also, it makes like mining the nether like somewhat reasonable again. It's cool. Uh, do some more lighting over here. I didn't actually light anything up this far because I didn't think I was going to have to use it. But, well, here we are. Should pretty much be good. As I keep lighting up more stuff, but we're just getting some of these darker patches, but no, otherwise we're good. Don't really have any complaints. Oh, as I see one right there, we go. It is pretty safe now. That's pretty cool. We'll just go ahead and dump away some old spare wood. Flint here. Nothing's even targeting me. It's kind of wacky, actually. That's fair too. Actually, just killing a bunch of zombie pigmen at once. That's fair. I just don't do that too much. I try to not really like go near them so often if I can help it. I don't hit them or nothing, but still just don't want to risk it. How to make a gold farm in 3 easy steps. Step 1, kill every pigman you see. Step 2, also die. Step 2, flatten some of this out here. There we go. Flatten that part out for bunnies. And we're pretty much set to just clear out. We'll probably have it all at this Y level unless it gets like here, for example. We'll actually no, we don't even need to have it all be flat. We could actually, should I have all this be at one level, or should we have some like variation in height? No, we're actually gonna have it all be flat. I'm just kidding. No opinion for this time. We're just gonna have it all be flat just so that way it's easier to harvest from mass, so I don't have to wait for it. Also, one other thing, because I know I'm relatively dead over here. There we go. Pretty good. That's what I'm planning on at this point, yeah. Oh, it won't even be as far as the eye can see. I should, if I really wanted to be, I would have to get rid of like the entire birch forest and a lot more stuff. That could be a cool other project to work on, but I'm fine enough with this as it is. It won't be like hyper efficient, like pretty much wherever there's a torch there will be like a water source block under it. I know that's the most efficient use, but because of how massive it is, like small and inefficiencies like that just really, they're not gonna matter. I honest to God do not think they will matter over a large enough period, so there we go. Shift click that one up. Let's just keep clearing this away. And it's good too, so it doesn't look so like, you know, like artificial, you know. There's just some like white speckle around and like odd intervals, and that would actually look natural to some extent. As natural as a massive field of wheat can get, I guess. But just as long as there's some variation in the lighting, that should help things out too, since there's not going to be any variation in height. There we go. Keep the whole fix. I need to go pick up a spare shulker box for all this dirt, damn. Oh, we'll go ahead and do that real quick. Didn't take too long to do. Get out of there. And we'll go ahead and piece all that. it should be in here. We have a bunch of Bram shulker boxes now, so that's good. Here we go. Okay. Now, and yeah, not really too much more left to grab. We'll probably cut it off at about here. I'd have to flatten this part out. Ran out of space again, so let's go and pop down that shulker box. There we go. Turn in daytime. And we'll go ahead and grab the rest of this. And we ought to be pretty much good. Not too much left, I think. We got that little patch there, but not much. We definitely do need to make more torches, though, but I have no... Actually, that's a lie. I have plenty of wood in the shulker box, but you just have to go into the shulker box to go get it, so... A couple of skeletons. It's crazy. Not my problem, though. Okay, now it's my problem. The motherfucker actually hit me. Oh, he's gone now. Alright. This will probably look a lot better without having, like, all these dirt patches everywhere. When it's actually turned back into grass, but... It don't need to be right now. I'll take this with me so I can actually get a little bit closer. And we'll go ahead and head back and get some of this wood for coal. Cool. Alrighty, 28 torches should probably be just about enough. Oh, battery's gotta go. vines to go. Because we're starting to get to these too tall parts in some of these hills, we're just going to kind of like make them 2 blocks tall so there's no confusion about where something needs to go or doesn't need to go. And then we'll just kind of bulk up some of these other parts here, like this. There we go. Alright, looks like we're gonna have to go grab another shulker box for this grass again. That's cool. Yep, we are out of space. Great. Could be worse, I guess. Go ahead and just go run it back. We got a nice chunk of this flattened out, so not particularly too much of a difference. Let's take a little look. That is pretty damn flat. So yeah, we got that part. We need to trim out some of these edges here, but otherwise we did actually get a fair majority of it done at today. Just a little bit more, and then we should be good to start planting our wheat and all that. Well, not really fun. It's just gonna take a long time to be. There we go. And we'll probably trim up some of the outside stuff there if we don't build over. Let's go ahead and we still got a dirt block or a grass block up there somehow. Probably an emblem in the side of the house. Put it up there when there's so much tree. We're still trying to actually preserve the shape of this landscape here, so that's why I'm trying to be a little careful about what I do and break. Not like I really have to be, but you know, still would be nice. Stuff that's like somewhat natural in terms of just shape. There we go, a little better. And we'll have to go back through this whole spot at some point to make sure we put in some more lighting now. A second here. Alright, there we go. Yeah, because it's, you know, Minecraft terrain does look pretty, and I know it'll still be like 2 blocks off the ground, but as long as it's still like vaguely the same shape after that, it's still like honestly good, so I don't really mind having it a little bit extra effort. It still will make it look a little nicer. considering this whole thing is just going to be a flat mess, it's better to just try and do what I can to make it as, not as ugly as I can, I could definitely make it a lot worse, but I'm trying to get better at not doing that. Like, we'll leave some of that sand and, well, we might get rid of that. Or, things like this are a little weird. They can kind of just stay because it's kind of like tapers off enough to where I know not. And would actually build up here. I could always swap out the top one for moss, that is true, but they don't really bother me. It's just like it looks a little funny, but it's at the same time it'll probably look a little bit better when stuff grows in a little bit more. But yeah, actually I might swap it out for moss one day. Who knows? We'll kind of see how it goes as I kind of get the wheat field in. But that'll definitely be more of an afterthought for sure, because I actually have to have moss. Oh, that's one of the other big projects I want to start working on relatively soon. Like when I build that cactus farm, that sugarcane farm, I'm gonna build a fully automatic moss farm. That should hopefully help out with some, because I don't exactly own moss, so. And it's a really pretty block, and I would like to actually use it. And that also means I get, the azaleas and all this other cool shit that I just wouldn't really get without a moss farm. So we'll try building one of those. See how it goes. Oh, crater to fill in. I'm gonna have to go get some dirt out of the shulker box. And when it's nighttime, we'll have to stop terraforming for a little bit and actually go look around at the lighting to check out any dark spots, because there are definitely going to be dark spots. And I'm making all these solid just in case I ever need to dig into here, and also because why not? I have the dirt to spare, so I can actually build the dirt. Gets it out of my storage system, so I don't know. But all we have to do is just, we'll pad a lot of this part up, but as we start getting more towards the actual like swampy bits where it's kind of like a lot more, the land is a lot more spotted in these parts, we'll probably just clean it all out and just get rid of it. It is starting to turn nighttime here. We have this little section over here to do, and then we'll be like very close to done if we're actually done. Just because I build over here doesn't mean I should, so we're gonna do it anyways. A pink sheep? Oh, it's a thing. Oh well, close enough. Same thing. Which is, I have none on me. No, I do. I have 50. I lied. Alright. Let's start lighting some shit up. There we go. Luckily, there wasn't actually too many I need to place back. They honestly might be lit up enough already. I just really want to make sure that stuff works. Just for my own sake. like we're actually pretty good, so we have too much. We do have a couple of dark spots. Too bad. We'll have to do stuff up there. There we go. Yeah, it's probably far enough. As I keep heading up. Alrighty, we got, I think, pretty much everything I could want done. We need to do a couple other things though. We need a little bit more coal to make a little bit more torches. And then we need to do just a tiny bit more terraforming, like on these parts over here and some other, but otherwise, I don't think there's a lot left to say or do. And then we can start planting our wheat, and that's fun. Shouldn't take too long, I think. Hopefully. Let's do a quick little fly up real quick to see what we actually got for. Here we go. Not seeing any major dark spots. We are good to go. Okay. Good. Now all we'll go ahead and do is switch these around. We got our shelter. And we're gonna start terraforming what's left over. Oh, this is that savanna biome. Well, the Vindicators do, but not the actual Pillagers. But it's solely because the Vindicators do drop emeralds. I feel like the Pillagers really shouldn't, honestly, because, like, you know, you already get them, so if you get them through a raid, you'll find them in, like, a woodland mansion as well. Because then it would just turn, like, the Pillager outpost and, like, an emerald farm as well. Like really easy emerald farm like that. Like, you wouldn't even have to build, like, some crazy-ass raid farm. So it wouldn't be too bad. I mean, it does make enough sense, but I mean, especially because they're called pillagers too, you'd think they would actually have at least something on them other than like a crossbow. But it could work, but then at the same time, it also might not work. Like it's up in the air enough to where you could do either or, and it still would be like you still would be able to justify either decision, you know. And those are usually pretty solid, just because if it's fine if it is, it's fine if it isn't. But I could definitely see the case being made that they should drop it. It'd be nice. Well, it doesn't have to be something well, they drop the crossbows, and some of them do at least have solid enchantments, especially if you're just starting out. But to be fair, not everything can drop something too amazing. Actually, no, they are. No, it's still Vindicators on Bedrock Edition, isn't it? In raids, I know one of the different like raid mobs in Bedrock Edition only, they drop enchanted books with like a random level enchantment on it. As in, you could basically just get mending from like a raid farm as well, so they're even stronger over there than they are on Java, and they're still pretty damn good on Java. So if they end up making it even better, then it'd be like, well, what the fuck? 'Cause the raid farm on Java for me doubles as a witch farm, and it's my totem farm, and it's my emerald farm, and it's my saddle farm as well. It just does too much in my eyes, and it's great, but at the same time, it's kind of busted. The balance. I mean, you still have to go through the trouble of building it, but once it's built, you can't keep it for life. Alright, let's just get rid of this grass. I think I have a water bucket on. I do not. Actually, no, I do. Got you again. Let's that. I need to put down the shoulder box again. Exactly. Like my raid farm actually used to be my main gunpowder farm until I built like a solely dedicated one near my base. But I still use it for redstone in case I ever like absolutely need redstone. I just can't get a hold of any through mining for whatever reason. Or it's either that or I trade with a cleric, which still are just a little weird. It's fine. We're almost good here. Maybe. We might be dealing with phantoms here relatively soon, by the way, because they've been ominously quiet, and I know it's about time they should start spawning again. Pretty. There we go. How long has it been? It's been 3 hours. Good God. Spent quite a nice bit of time today playing this game again. That's alright. I got homework I need to start doing tomorrow, so I'm gonna try and do like one assignment per day for the next like I'd say 3 weeks or so. Just so that way I can actually like get ahead in class and make sure I have plenty of time to like resubmit stuff during the presentations and all that. But I've just been actually trying to like really like take a more of an extended break. So I didn't really get to have that when I was using it. So taking it easy for long enough, it's time to get back to work for a little bit. Make sure I get this shit done. I just need to do at least one thing per day, and for some of the smaller assignments, I'll try and do like 2 per day. And then that should keep me on a nice pace to stay on top of everything in class. It only takes like an hour or two of my time in the morning, and then I don't have to do anything else, so it's worth it. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and put this away. We're almost done clearing out this coastline here, and then we just have a little bit of touch-up work left to do. And then we can either plant the wheat today or tomorrow. but I'll figure that one out later. Because it honestly don't matter to me whether I do it today or tomorrow. As long as it at least is, as long as the area is at least prepped, because we don't have to build with mud straight away, but at least having the area prep does make it a lot easier to have that option when it's time, you know? I don't have to like scramble to like go make some massive wheat farm. I can just go plant the wheat and then, you know, wait for it to grow and go do other stuff for a little bit. And it should actually be close enough as well to my base, so I should actually like constantly be seeing a ton of wheat. We'll see about that though. Either way, it seems like it'll be pretty promising, so I'm looking forward to it. Oh, fuck it, we'll put the wood in there for, or one inventory. Okay, so we'll go. Water. I won't have to travel too far in the Nether specifically. I have traveled quite a lot because I had to go look for like a outpost I'd look for by hand. I had to go look for what they called a reef, a coral reef. That's right, that's what they're called. I had to go look for one of those by hand, and I ended up going about 8,000 blocks out one time, and then I haven't been out back the way since. But realistically, I shouldn't have to go too far in the Nether specifically, and that's mainly because of the treasure basher that I found. I have stuff on the Nether roof for it, so I actually can like set up a portal like 1,000 block interval at about like 3 separate times before I run out of like track that I have there. So I got 3 good attempts to like go like spawn in the overworld like really far away and just go look for a mangrove swamp in an ancient city. So I'm not too particularly worried about it. It definitely will take a little bit of time, but combined with the elytra and the fact that I can just write down where the return portal is, book that I have, I don't really actually have too much to worry about in my. Definitely will not. It won't happen straight away unless I get really lucky, but it won't take too long either. We just have this last little patch to fill in, I think, and then we're good. So that shouldn't take too long. Yeah, I do hope I do find one relatively quickly though. I don't want to have to search one forever. The nice thing though is the wandering trader will sell those propagules that you actually use to grow the mangrove trees. And then since we're actually like here in a normal swamp anyways, I can still get access to frogs just as easy. Because they spawn in normal swamps too apparently. So I won't actually have to worry about that. That'll be good. I don't actually have to leave to go look for Sprite if I don't want to. I just want to leave to go look at other shit, and mainly I'll bring back a bunch of mud with me to at the start. Oh yeah, duh, you could just go to the swamp for mud if you like don't want to like farm it by hand like that. Well, I'm happy with what we're getting to. It does kind of suck that they did overpromise, and they didn't really promise anything with the concept art for the Birch Forest, but at the same time, they definitely could have said something that was like, okay, this is concept art, we never actually said we were doing this, and they could have curved that out a lot earlier. The fireflies not being added does kind of stink, because they definitely could have been used as a light source, as people were saying, but at the same time, they are still, you know, just fireflies, so it's, you know, not the end of the world with it. And you know, they'll probably do something with the birch forest later or something. Who knows? But it just, if they didn't promise quite as much, it probably would have been a lot more of a different story because you'd be getting what you'd expect. So I think they're kind of. I personally think they should kind of slow down with the update for the rest of the year in terms of like they should have another like minor update like the Buzzy Bees update, and then like in 2023 that's when they kind of start getting back into that rhythm and doing like a bigger update. But either they gotta do 2 medium updates per year like they wanted, or they gotta do like one big update like near the end of the year or whatever. Yeah, and we're still getting the frog lights anyways, so it's not really too big. But yeah, the fireflies would have been good for ambience, but like, you know, that just would have been it though. They would have been there for ambience. You would have bred the frogs with them instead of having to use slime balls. But like, it's still not that big of a deal to not have them. Like, yeah, you could have had them in a jar maybe as like a backup option if they still wanted to add them without, actually having the frogs breed them. But, at the same time, it's just, well, they're just fireflies. Not really that. I mean, for God's sakes, they are still just 2 pixels, but even as an ambient mob, they wouldn't have added like a crazy amount. Like, it would have been pretty, but like with the Spore Blossom, like not everybody uses it enough to like, like if it wasn't in the game, like with the Spore Blossom, it wouldn't be too big of a deal. Like it would have sucked for niche situations, but overall, it wouldn't have really like taken away like anything to not have the Spore Blossom, and that's kind of how I feel about the Firefly, where yeah, it does suck for people who really want to use it in very niche situations, but it's still not totally bad because it's just for ambience at that point. And also the lag too would have been bad, but yeah, I still find it like honestly incredible that they like genuinely, and I don't blame them for it because I guess it definitely would have taken a lot of time anyways, but I still think it's kind of just nuts that like they were gonna try and get pretty much one that 17, 18, 19, and like anything future for like the archaeology update and the bundles all in like one update, and they were gonna try and do that within like 8 months of it being announced, and they were having to do all that extra work. Like, that is just fucking insane to me that they even like would even think about trying that. Like I absolutely get why they pushed it back. I have no clue how they would have even like tempted fitting all of that stuff in. Even if it wasn't during a pandemic, like even if shit was still like normal, like it's so much. Like they completely redid all the terrain and like updated the world height, and then they still had the warden and like 3 cave biomes, and then there would have been a whole new archaeology system, and then like all this like all of this stuff all at once like that. It could have been like the caves and cliffs, and then like the archaeology with the wild update would have been split into two or whatever. That would have been one thing, but all at once was way too fucking ambitious. And since they're not too big on crunch culture, obviously, then like that also doesn't help things out on development end, which fuck crunch culture, honestly. But there would have been no way for them to push all that out without crunching. So it's good that they did just take the L there and just be like, okay, we're not doing it because we literally cannot without like killing 2 employees and sacrificing somebody's dog. Like we just can't. You just can't have it without too big of a sacrifice, and that's fair. But that was like such a huge overpromise. I don't even know how they were all. I don't know how enough of them were like, we could probably make this. I mean, maybe they could have if it wasn't a pandemic still, but at the same time, like, what the fuck? How would you finish all of that, within that short amount of time like that? Like, that's just nuts to me. Because they pushed back they pushed back the new terrain generation by like 6 months pretty much from when it was like supposed to release, and then they pushed back the Warden and the Wild update even more. So like to release all of it at the same time, even earlier than like what it was already given, like objectively, it would have been a lot. Like it would have been a cool update because you would have had like so many new things to play with. It would just would have been nuts and like a huge chance to like kind of re-explore and like get back into Minecraft if you're like newer or just jumping back in. But good God, that would have been like a little bit too much. Would have been cool as hell, but man, that I don't know how you could even like attempt to do something like that and actually have enough people agree that we could probably in fact do this, but that's a lot of grinding to get something like that done. Oh shit, did we find oh wait, no, oh no, that was a that's kind of an inland lake. That counts. Alright, we're good. We got pretty much everything flattened out, everything should be lit up. I'm fairly happy with it. We will in fact not be planting the shit today because I simply feel like it. And we'll do it another day. We'll plant the wheat another time. Because we got a lot done. We flattened out pretty much an entire swamp biome. And it's going to become a wheat biome here pretty soon, so that'll be neat. Okay, let's get a little bit of height here. I mean, just look at that, dude. That is nuts how fucking flat that is. That's pretty cool, though. That's a lot of land to work with. That's going to be a lot of wheat. Hell, if I wanted to, I could actually build, like, if I genuinely ever ran out of land on that island, which I will at some point, that's inevitable. And then if I built that cave under my island, I'm thinking about making like 150 blocks deep, and then like still pretty much the whole island, but like just a cave, and it's just deep. And if I still ran out of land doing that, then one other thing I could do is I could like deconstruct some of the wheat field and just kind of make like an actual like proper like castle village here again or something. Like I could do like a lot more farming shit. But well, I mean it's hard. Like they have people running Java and Bedrock teams separately and all that shit, and like since they're trying to get really good again at like releasing everything at the same time for all these different platforms, like that is a huge undertaking. But because it's such a huge undertaking and because it's such a huge game, they gotta somehow like Microsoft's gotta quit being a bitch and actually give them more resources to do their job better, to actually be able to do it a little bit easier. Oh, it's gonna look even better as a wheat field, but it definitely is a little sketchy on the we'll take another look at it. Let's still lit up because it's a little bit easier to see, but you can actually see some like very weird parts. 'Cause all this should be grass by now. I'm fairly certain we don't have dirt. Oh, it's a sheep. Yeah, see, we don't have any dirt, but between the you can literally see the borders of the swamp biome compared to like the birch forest. Like look at the different colors of it. It's not dirt, it's all grass. It's just swamp grass versus like cool grass. But it's kind of weird to actually see. Still cool though. We got actually some sheep spawning in, funny enough, because it's so flat and so grassy. But we did get all the lighting done in it, and it's pretty cool. But if I ever do want to do more building and I run out of space there and there, I probably won't build anything big here because I'll still have the sphere to fill up, and there is no fucking shot in hell I fill that thing up in my lifetime before I either die for real or I die in this world. I don't know, but it won't really matter when it's farmland, yeah, because hopefully the wheat doesn't really change color in the seasons. But I sincerely do not think I'm gonna be able to fill up the sphere before I end up inevitably dying. If I do, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do from there because again, that is 9 million blocks by volume for that sphere. If we want to be very specific, it's 8.78 million, but regardless, my point being, that's way too fucking many to reasonably fill up as just one guy. So, well, like if they did make a seasons update, wouldn't that be kind of like too wacky? Because imagine like you're like you really need to do something in like fall or whatever, and just hey, it's winter now. How many in-game days do you have to wait for a new season? And you know how much would it truly affect the flow of the game? Like it'd be too much change all at once constantly, and it'd be like what? Now I think they could try and get away with doing they should try and update weather to some extent. Like not a major update, but kind of something that's like one of those like it comes in a major update, but the major update focuses on something else. It's just something they have to change along the way to make it a little bit better. Like it rains more in jungles and like rainforesty areas, for example, or like things of that nature. Or rain can also be like more biome independent instead of it just raining across the entire world at once. It's a little bit more biome specific since everything has a temperature. Like every biome has a fixed temperature. Depending on the temperature, you might be able to fix it to the like climate as well, or you could just make it rain more depending on what biome it's in, or make it rain less. Like they already do that with deserts and like the savannah, as far as I remember, for example, and with the mesa. But because it doesn't rain there, could you make it rain more often in other biomes and not in like some biomes? Or like make it so it doesn't rain across the entire world at once, please? I'm begging you. Like it could be like cyclical, where like sometimes it'll rain in like all the spruce biomes at once, or it'll rain in all the birch or an oak forest at once, or something. Just something. I'm tired of seeing it rain all the time. Kind of stink. As in, I haven't had to deal with rain in a little bit today, but still, I don't want to. It would be nice, it'd be a good change of pace for them, right? Of course, I would never have to, but it's cool, at least in my opinion. But I'm just one guy, so I don't know why I'm down here other than just to kind of poke around, see what we got. But yeah, we don't really have too much more of the main city to build. We have those 3 beach houses to build. and we have like a couple of small buildings to build outside of the mining village. But other than that, we're more or less done with the exterior work of most of the village. So it'll be pretty cool, actually. Well, I kind of wish that like there should be a biome that has like a little bit more thunderstorms more frequently because it sucks trying to wait for them if you need specific things. So like it could happen more on Mushroom Islands or something. I don't fucking know, but they gotta do something. Because there should be more weather in some places and less in others. Like not where it's impossible to rain in more biomes, but I mean like it's just less common. And it's not just like a desert where it will literally never rain, but something's gotta change because I think it'd be. But to be quite honest, that's probably gonna do it for me for today. I'm a little bit tired. It is day 757. I've been streaming for 3 hours and 21 minutes, and I would like to go take a little break for now. But next episode, we'll go ahead and go plant that wheat. I don't know, figure something else out. I'm just kind of putzing around for right now, just trying to like take a little breather from building that city, and then we'll probably go build another beach house or three another time soon. I do want to get those done, and then we don't have too much more left to build. So yeah. And either way, thank you guys again for watching.